Okay. Category number 2, the second category. What's up, folks? We're live on YouTube and Facebook and also TikTok, and we're talking about the big announcement today. All right, from big old Joe Biden, and he's talked about parole just a little bit. He was just there to just show up. He didn't talk much actually, and we actually don't want him to talk much. It's cool. It's cool. We'd rather just let him get in and get out. Just let him do his thing for the special appearance and get out. Let other people do the announcement. Yeah, exactly, Nanya. It was lukewarm, but that's probably. I think you know why, though. I think you know why it's a bit lukewarm. Yeah, it was. Obama would be different, right? And obviously, Obama's much younger than Biden. I feel bad for Joe. I hope he gets all the help he needs, man. But we all know he just needed to get off the stage, like just get on for a few seconds, just to do the appearance and then get off, um, just so we know it's official, essentially. All right, but we talked about the marriage one, okay? The category, let's call it category 1. Category 2, according to the fact sheet, we're waiting for more information the next couple weeks, okay? According to the fact sheet, is category 2 includes people who are DACA recipients and also dreamers, okay? They haven't defined what dreamers are. We have an idea though, right? Entered United States at a younger age. Hopefully they don't have a cutoff like too young. And anyway, long story short, it's to get a work visa. Some of y'all might be wondering, why work visa when DACA recipients already have a work permit? This is what I have to do as a lawyer. Read between the lines, okay? Read between the lines. The Biden administration, pretty sure they don't want to just go straight for the kill, or I'm sorry, maybe not that. Oops, not supposed to say that word on this. They don't want to go straight for the whole thing, the whole shebang, okay? Because if they do, they're definitely going to get sued by the Republicans, okay? I think it's coming anyway, but at least it'll just lessen the blow in that sense, okay? And when they phrase it as a work visa, it opens a door for the future. They're not going to say out loud it's a pathway for residency, and then after that it's going to be a pathway for citizenship. It's okay. I'm going to help you all out. I'm reading between the lines for you, okay? They don't have to promise that. It's coming, folks. One step at a time, okay? One step at a time. Fabiola, welcome back. I almost dropped my drink. Oops. My wife made me some tea. She turned on the lights earlier today, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to go with the vibe. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm happy to answer your questions. If you think you have a little bit more, you want some one-on-one time on a live show, and if you're okay with it, request to join the live. And on YouTube, I'll do that as well. I'll share the link. Okay, just in case y'all want to join as well, and I'll switch back and forth between the platforms. Okay. How it went earlier today, it became more difficult to answer the questions like from the comments, just to be honest. But I'll try my best. I'm just kind of like extrapolating y'all's questions because some of them are kind of similar, of course. So earlier today, about that work visa option, category number 2, it includes a requirement. They didn't have a cutoff time. So far, no cutoff time. Not like the marriage one. Hopefully not. Okay. But you need to have a degree. Okay. That's all. Well, it has to be a degree from the United States of America. They did not mention if it can be associates, like a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. So I'll be waiting for guidance on that from Department of Homeland Security, USCIS, on that. Hopefully, 2-year degree is going to be good enough because the other requirement is high skilled job. And the other requirement is you need to have a job offer from an employer. It doesn't say like what industry or whatnot. It does not matter as long as a high skilled job. So I'll be waiting for guidance on that. You betcha I'll be talking to other lawyers about this, making sure we can help you out. All right. So if you want to learn more information, and at the very least, catch our live shows. Okay. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, subscribe down below. If you're on TikTok, I think the plus sign is somewhere over here. Okay. The other thing, if you have filed, um, about the job one, the category number 2, from my understanding, okay? Look, y'all, I could be completely wrong. We're just waiting. I'm just interpreting what I'm reading, okay? Um, Fabiola, don't worry. So if you don't have a degree, stay tuned. Don't give yourself a hard time right now. Don't give yourself a hard time if you don't have a degree, okay? Because again, there is no cutoff time. So fingers crossed and pray to all the mighty gods that you know and don't know, okay? That hopefully there is no cutoff time on this. Thank you so much, everyone, for the share. Let's get to 5,000 likes if we can, because apparently that helps the algorithm. That's what I've been told. So otherwise, I don't know much about TikTok. But hey, let's go ahead and bring on. I think Arthur. Is there any more promises for this year? Arthur, I know, man. I know. It would be nice to have more promises, but I don't know about immigration. That's just one topic that presidents have to worry about, right? Or should be concerned about. But I don't think there's going to be more than that, than those two categories. So that can include people who have TPS. This can include people that don't have anything, really. So but the key thing is understanding what they mean by dreamer, right? And that can, I mean, the what I can understand so far are people who wanted to file for DACA and were eligible, but they couldn't because of the dadgum lawsuits by the conservative states, thinking they could do something to take to basically get rid of DACA, but they did not. They could not do that, but they did stop the initial applicants. Okay, so on that note, by the way, Biden, I think, said that this will happen in the summertime, in verano, but did I say that kind of Italian way? I meant to say in a Spanish way. Oh man. Anyway, gotta have fun, some little fun at night. But it's already mid-June. So I don't know. Does it really mean summertime? Maybe it meant like August. But we'll see. Because when DACA was announced 12 years ago with Obama, that was announced in June. So if it's gonna track similarly, then maybe, and I think that was effective in September. But they had to create new forms. Okay. There's military parole in place. It already exists. And the form for the parole in place is a 131. It already exists. But if I were the government, I would create something that's more streamlined. Okay. I would create something that's more streamlined. So, and not actually use the same 131 form. But what do I know? They don't want to listen to me. If you know someone that works in the federal government with the feds, let me know. Hook me up. I'll give them some tips. Okay. Also, if you know someone that works for Domino's, they have a really good pizza tracker. I contrast them with the USCS that tracks nothing. Let me know. We'd love to get sponsored by Domino's. You know, just $1 every time I mention their name. That's double. Someone's got a name here, Double Whopper. You're a DACA recipient, married to a U.S. citizen, but you're not together. Been in America for 10 years. When you say you're not together, Double Whopper, do you mean like you're physically separated, but you're like, communicating, you're living a life together? I was gonna say virtually, I guess technically, but like, maybe you visit each other once a month or something. Okay. But yeah, if y'all are separated, like separated, like, because of arguments and whatnot, and you're still married, you might want to rekindle things, because you can't at this point with this with this new regulation. No, I'm just joking with you. You do you. Okay. Lindsay, you do not have to be married for 10 years. You do not have to be married for 10 years. You could have been married on June 17th yesterday, and that's good enough, apparently. But the 10-year rule that they've mentioned so far has to be 10 years living in America. That's the 10-year rule so for requirement so far. Zohab, yeah, with the new pro in place, I mean, and when it gets effective, there's no reason to go abroad. And right now, I mean, right now, the waiver application, the 601A, takes about 43.5 months, so 3 to 4 years. Or most of our clients that we filed like right before the pandemic took about 3 years process. We've known people take 4 years when they called in, had a meeting with us. But yeah, let's see. Jess, any further thing for DACA recipients? Yeah, I mean, based on a fact sheet. And so I'll tell you what, we would love to share more information that's a little more, I guess, organized than the White House fact sheet. Okay. And we don't want to spam you, but as information comes in, we're not going to email every day. I mean, unless you want us to, just email back like, what's the update today or something. I just don't want to spam everyone. But if you want information, and I'm sure you want to learn more about this option as more information comes out, go to the link. Okay. If you're on TikTok, press up there to profile later on, or click the plus sign right now so you don't forget me. And then later on, click the link. And there's 3 options. Okay. Option 1, if you want our services and you already know, F it, I know I want Ting Law Group to help me out. That's option 1. Okay, you pay this amount to reserve a spot to learn more about the steps and all that, about our team, how we do things. We get shit done. Let's just put it that way. We have over 300 5-star reviews because we care about customer service. We care about your status. Now, option number 2 on my link is if you're like, F you, John, we don't want your services, but we just want to know more information from you. Cool, all good. But it's a 3-digit consultation fee. Okay, it starts with number 1. Don't worry. And then option number 3, for especially a program like this, something's brand new, not even effective yet technically. Biden says end of summer. We'll see about that. And then, or if you're like, well, I want to do this other thing, or I'm abroad, you're outside US, you just want to know more options, click option number 3 and pick the topic. Okay. For this topic, I'm pretty sure one of my team members, Maria, did add this new topic of pro in place. So select that, or even GC marriage. Okay. But look, check this out. This whole thing about category 2. By the way, you can join as a guest if you have a question, and I'll take a look at it right after this one. Category number 2, based on a fact sheet. Keep in mind, it's not much information. Okay. It did not mention. Of course, it didn't go step by step, but so far for H-1B, so far for EB, employment-based residency, perm, and all that some of you may be familiar with. It did not mention prevailing wage determination. So some of you are familiar with that. No one wants to undercut your wages. Absolutely not. But that is a hurdle. Prevailing wage determination is an unnecessary hurdle to some extent. Okay. Why? Because the Department of Labor takes 4 to 6 months just for that. Just for that. By the way, man, I'm looking. How's that my skin out here on TikTok? Man, it ain't the same on YouTube and Facebook. I'll tell you that. The effect is different. Come on, YouTube, Meta. You gotta get some effects here. All right, let's. I got so much to say, but let's invite Saldeeb on TikTok here. What's going on, Saldeeb? Any questions for you?
Yes, I have a question. So I have applied for asylum in 2018, and it was under Obama's law. And since then, I haven't met any officer, or they didn't give me an appointment.
Mhm.
So Trump came in and he changed the law, and for first come first serve. And they sent me back on the line. And now Biden came in and he said he's gonna flip it. But I've been waiting since 2018. Do you think, is there any possibility like when it's gonna be, or how that process will go? And because I have an EAD card and everything, I graduated from college and I'm basically settling, but I don't have a green card yet.
Yeah, one step at a time, right? You got to get that interview first for asylum interview. I mean, we at least with immigration attorneys, we agree that Trump's policy was not. I can understand his intention behind that, but it didn't work. It made it worse, of course. So, um, I don't know if you've seen our live shows or videos before, but we help with the mandamus lawsuits for unreasonable delays and for our clients waiting for asylum interview. We wait until at least 4 years. But so you meet that time period in that sense. Um, and we fortunately for that case type asylum interview, we've been able to get the interview and schedule within 1 to 3 months. But I share that because some of our clients and some in the community here don't have a lawyer for the asylum interview, and we highly recommend it because you're already paying money to get this expedited to some extent.
It can be expedited.
I mean, what I mean expedite, like get it quicker. Some people have been able to do it, but they really pay more attention to the lawsuit, of course. But so with that being said, we only would recommend people who believe in their claim, first of all, of course, which I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
But
I applied for asylum since then. Just waiting here. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Hopefully it helps. Well, click the link later there's a free guide about mandamus so you can learn more about it. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Thanks. Have a good night. Yep. All righty. Well, Saldi was just on. We answered his question about waiting for the freaking interview that USCIS policy manual says they're supposed to like have it happen fairly quickly, but that doesn't happen, or that did not happen, and Trump messed it up. Fabiola, your family owns a restaurant. You work for them. Would they be able to put a work visa for you? That's interesting. Maybe. I mean, there's not enough information in the fact sheet. It didn't actually use the words bona fide job offer. Well, you know what? Let me pull it up again. Let me pull it up again. Can I find it? I have so many tabs. Are y'all like me? You have so many tabs on your computer? Let's see. Okay. No, not there, not there. Oh, I lost track of it. Okay. I could find it real quick. There we go. Okay, that was easy. I guess I X'd out of it earlier thinking I was done with the last show. But yeah, anyone, other people have questions? Okay. Marty, what's up? Looks like it's processing. Hi, Mari.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi. I had a quick question.
Sure.
So with this new order, how would you think it would work for your universities? Because my university doesn't it doesn't have an associate's and then a bachelor's. It just goes directly to a bachelor's degree. And so I'm a senior at a university and I'm a business administration major in marketing. So I was just wondering if maybe my major would qualify, or if how that would really work, degrees like that would work, what you would think.
I think you
it's not associates, but not a bachelor's, but I mean, it's going to be a bachelor's.
Yeah. It's going to be a bachelor's. Yeah. But you said business administration? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just did a quick Google search of what is high skilled job.
Yeah.
And it's pretty broad. It's not. It
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily mean like a mechanic, like a hands-on type of job or in
Yeah.
that sense. But some people, on the flip side, some people think like, oh, it could be like IT or something. But pretty sure that's not what the Biden administration intended. So I and they didn't use the word professional. They didn't say high
Yeah.
skilled professional. They just said high skilled job. So I
Mhm.
think they what I was sharing earlier today in the live show is that I think they tried to use their words very intentionally
Mhm.
to try to make it as broad as possible.
Yeah.
Actually, so we'll see when USCIS may issue like a press release in the next week or so to see if they provide some definitions. But
Yeah.
part of me believes they're not going to define certain things on purpose to benefit
Mhm.
y'all, actually,
Yeah.
um, to make it as wide open as possible. So, there's some articles that make estimates like, oh, half a million people could be eligible for this.
Mhm.
I think they do that again, also on purpose, to not scare the conservative vote in that
Mhm.
sense, to not make it think like it's wide open.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, hopefully it helps. We'll see. When do you
Yeah.
graduate?
May 2025. So in a
Okay.
year.
All right,
Honestly,
you're
here I was
almost
like, oh my
there.
gosh.
You got
Yeah.
senioritis? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, all right. Well, you're almost there. Yeah, stay tuned. Okay, thanks for
All right.
getting on
Thank you for
live.
your time and
You're
for
welcome.
answering our
Take
questions.
care. All right, great questions there. Let's get. I think Rufo was next. What's going on, sir? Hi, Rufo.
How's it going?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I have my approval notice like 29 days ago, and I have our process is 5 green cards. 4 is already in our hands. Just mine personally didn't come yet, and I'm so worried about it.
Mm. So you got approved. You got approved. It sounds like all your
Yes,
other family
I
members.
have the
Okay.
letter say welcome to United States, the approval notice,
Nice.
all things.
Okay.
And talking to the immigration, they say your card in production, but I didn't receive it yet.
Yeah. Okay. And your other family members got it. Yeah, it's kind of strange because I've heard stories that are very similar, and yeah, I anticipate like if it takes another 30 days, then see if there's a way you can submit inquiry. Did you come like from outside the US, or were you already here through adjustment of status?
Yeah, I'm coming from my R1 visa, and then I have the I-3060
Okay.
visa yet, and I put the I-4085 adjust.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
they are already approved, all the things. My wife and my 3 daughters have received the green card 1 week after the approval, and mine is still in production.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be on Friday. I need to do the e-request.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And waiting for the 30 more days.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's, I mean, and I know a little nerve-wracking, but you're almost there. First of all, congratulations on your approval. You waited so long already in general. Yeah.
I'm so worried, and I asked him immigration. He said, "Oh, I have some problem. My approval. No, you don't have any problem.
Yeah.
Your card is still in production."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's
That's
weird, right? Because your family got it too. Like, how's it not a
Yes.
batch produced together? But USCIS is ridiculous, the government in general. So, but yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned if I were you. I know it is nerve-wracking because you're almost there. But yeah, just submit an e-request just in case when it gets to that time.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I have a trip for my country in August 12th. And if the e-request is not possible,
Uh-huh.
I want to do the ADIT. I think.
That's
It's temples on
exactly.
passport.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to call it InfoPass, the 1-800-375-5283. And try to get through the bot system, the AI or whatever. I don't know if they use AI, but the bot system. And then yeah, when you talk to a human, then you ask for InfoPass appointment for that stamp. And they'll probably ask you like, "Oh, why do you need the stamp?" It was like, "Well, I'm traveling soon on this day or something," and we'll set that up for you. The most difficult thing in all that is just getting through the bot.
But I think it's maybe when I do the e-request, it's probably I'm receiving the next 30 days, right?
I would hope so, but I mean, I can't promise that for you because I know how ridiculous the system is.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, Rufo. Good luck to you. Alrighty. All great questions here. I happy to answer any question that does not have to be about today's announcement. All right, Dave. We got Dave on YouTube, I think. All right, let's bring him on. What's up, Dave? This is a good time?
Yeah, it's a good time. How's it going?
How's it going?
Sorry, you say no questions about what Biden threw out today?
No, any questions? Any questions?
Okay. Just to summarize everything, I'm a DACA recipient. I am married to a U.S. citizen. We've been on this journey for about like 5 months now.
Okay, 5 months.
Too panic, waiting on to hear that. If you're gonna get approved or not, I know it's a huge backlog.
Which application did you file specifically? The main ones?
1 second, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, it's like switching to my. Don't want to.
Putin is in North Korea, particularly to talk about defense.
Sorry. So, what was your question? I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Which applications you filed? Did you say there was marriage? Sorry, I missed that one part.
Yes. Yeah. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I applied for the I-130 to get that going. With what Biden, the parole thing that came out today,
Yes.
it's because one thing I need to point it out is that I crossed the border, so I came here illegally.
Okay.
Got apprehended, got a court order. We just never went. So we just basically, was put in deportation proceedings. So I know to do my case here in the United States, I had to reopen this case, reopen the deportation, which I did. I was able to do it. It's in court in Texas.
Okay.
I was able to do it. My court hearing is in January. My message hearing, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I am so. My question is, with the parole that is coming out,
Yes.
in the end of the summer, would I have still needed to like dismiss the deportation? The deportation hearing that I have to go through in January. Do I still have to clear that out to be able to eligible for this parole, or do you think am I going to be able to apply at the end of the summer when it comes out? I know it's so tough to tell right now because not a lot of information is out about it.
Well, I appreciate you sharing what you've shared so far. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. Because I've come to find out through having a live show like for almost 5 hours earlier today that some people think they need the parole program, but they actually don't. Did you enter with a visa?
No, through the border.
Okay, so that's right. So you definitely need the parole program. So the key thing here, because it sounds like you filed at least the I-130 already, right? It's been processing?
Yeah, back in January.
So we wanted to provide proof of that to the court. Before Biden administration, it was more difficult, even with Obama, to get these cases closed. You've already got yours open. Now we want to go ahead and file a motion to dismiss the case even before your next court hearing in January. You don't need to wait. Okay, let's just get this going. All right. So some attorneys, I don't know if you said you had an attorney or not, but some attorneys are willing to wait because of this. Okay.
Right.
The more times they show up to court, the more of this they get. Right. We just take
Right.
action. We don't want to wait. We just get it done for you. So, yeah, I anticipate that. I recommend for you, because you already have the petition pending filed. I would just at least try to contact Department of Homeland Security. If you want to do it yourself or you want an attorney, that's what we would do. Contact the government lawyer, see if they'd be willing to just go ahead and dismiss. If they're willing to do it, this is what we call prosecutorial discretion, PD for short. Then we file that motion jointly, signed by both attorneys, and then file to the judge, to the judge. We would do that with many months. Like if I were you, I would just do it like this month. There's no need to wait.
Right. The attorney. Sorry to interrupt. The attorney that I have, he said that we have to wait until the I-130 is approved to send like a waiver to dismiss my case. But you're saying I should try to get this dismissed even though it hasn't been approved?
That's right. So what your attorney has said was true before.
Okay.
Time. Okay.
Okay.
There's a new wave. There's a new situation, but it's not like there's a huge announcement across the country, of the government lawyers saying, yeah, we'll accept it. But that's the point, right? You want an attorney. Not saying you should change lawyers, right? Because you're probably going to pay the person. But for anyone else, if you haven't hired an attorney yet, you want to ask, what is the action plan? Is there anything we can try to do? I take no offense when someone says, is there anything we could try to do, like something a little extra or earlier? Because if I were your shoes, I don't want to wait until January. That's a lot of time.
Because I want to jump on this parole if I'm eligible for it as soon as I can. And I don't want to go to Texas because I'm terrified to go face the judge.
Come on, I'm in Houston. I'm just kidding. I know.
No, I love Texas. Trust me. I've been to Texas many times. I love Houston. I love Dallas. You guys have the best foods out there, especially Mexican food. Love it. But I'm just worried. I don't know. Anything can happen when you are there in court,
Yeah, for sure. Especially in Dallas. I'm from the Dallas area, but now I'm in Houston, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think the one that I'm going to, it's in San Antonio.
Oh, San Antonio. Okay.
Yeah.
A little more flexible, but yeah, you still want to try to get it wrapped up, taken care of, dismissed beforehand. And it's not because I'm just saying it to say it, right? We've had cases where we were able to do that when clients need the waiver, like your attorney's saying, but we're able to get it dismissed when it's only petition filed. So you want to definitely file it, because when a new president, even though the new president or the same president, who knows the future, but
oh god, that's another thing that terrifies me.
Yeah, so if in elections in November, so you don't, your court hearing is January, so even more reason to try
as soon as possible.
Just ask your attorney, like you probably already paid him something, so ask your attorney, is there any way we can contact, at least ask the DHS attorney if they'd be willing to get it dismissed. I mean, for me, like if other people ask like someone else for a second opinion, third opinion, it's kind of like going to a doctor for surgery or something. I don't mind. Like, and I don't take no offense, but some do. But doesn't hurt to ask in general for your attorney. Okay?
No, absolutely. I feel like my attorney would be hesitant to even go forward to at least try without the I-130 approval.
Yeah.
I might be calling your firm in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Because if you say you had cases that this was approved, and I have so many evidence that this is a legitimate marriage. We live together. We bought a house together. We don't have kids, but we have dogs together.
That counts. Yeah.
Right, and we've been all over the U.S. together. I have pictures, from everywhere in the country.
Good.
And we've only been married for a year, but we've been together for 4 years now. And we filed taxes together and all this stuff. So anything that can I can show the DHS that this is legit. I'm this I-130, this marriage is legit. I'm here. I just wanted to end this. Anything you can help,
Well, I'll tell you this, Dave. I mean, it's great they have this evidence. Most of y'all do in the live show. Y'all do. But what we do is we just share a portion of it to the government attorney because they don't
Okay.
have time.
Right.
I know exactly. My team knows what they want to see. It's not just a marriage certificate, but just give them a little sampling, okay? When we try to negotiate to get this jointly dismissed, and then
Right.
when they both agree, even the judges don't want a huge stack. They're still using paper, so they don't want a huge stack of paperwork. All right, so it's great you have it, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, stay in touch. Stay in touch. But hopefully, I mean, to be honest, hopefully you don't need me. I mean, it's weird for me to say. I'm different than
I
other
mean,
ones.
I don't know how to go from here to, you know, I don't know who to contact. Like you said, the DHS. You know, I don't know where to even start. You know, so I don't want to do this wrong. If you know, so I just want to end this as much as I want to. You know, so
Mhm.
I just want to do it right. So I have, you know, I'm going to talk to my husband, and we're going to most likely hear from us soon.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, Dave. Well, it's nice to meet
Thank you
you.
so much for everything.
All right, drive safe. Okay.
Love your videos.
I
Bye bye.
appreciate it. Take care. All right, this is great. This is great questions here. Love pointing people in the right direction, even if you don't need our services. It's all good. Okay, it's all good. So I see there's. I'm gonna switch back and forth between platforms. Man, this is a full time job. Just social media management. Um, we've got. I think the next person here is Heartbreak Kid. Heartbreak on TikTok. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good, sir. Thank you for having me.
Sure. What's up?
Let me give you a little bit of background. Maybe you'll be able to tell me,
Sure.
the better road would be. So I came here in the United States 2015 as an international student. I got my green card through employer 2019 November. Ever since 2019, for each year, I've been going back to my home country at least for a month.
Okay.
I got married in 2022, filed for my spouse, and because of the backlog, nothing has been changed. Like the status, it still says your case has been actively reviewed. It's been like almost 600 days now.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Oh yeah. They're looking at it. Don't worry. They're looking at it. 600 days. My goodness.
So counting the timelines, the November of this 2024. So it will be my 5-year. So finally, I'm like, that's the time I can file for the naturalization.
Yes.
Now, some of my questions are, I heard that they're going to count the days, like how many days I'm actually present in the United States after I got my permanent residency. Since I've been traveling, at least I would say a month to I'm like 30 days to 60 days in 1 year, at least. Each year I go to visit my family. Is that they counting would slow down my naturalization process? I'm like, do I have to cover all the days that I was over? I'm like out of the United States. And question 2 is, will it be better if I file the naturalization? Is that gonna pull the trigger and then expedite the process for my spouse?
It's gonna make it much faster for your spouse. When is your 5-year mark?
It's gonna be on November 6th or 7th, something like that.
Okay, and then you can file 3 months before that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, and then, and in terms of I think first question, the days outside America, you said 1 or 2 months out per calendar year, so you're okay on that part. They just want to make sure that you're not outside U.S. more than 6 months, essentially 6 months out of each calendar year. And there's a short lesson here. There's 2 issues they're concerned about in terms of like days in or out the U.S. One is maintaining status, and one is like physical presence. It's kind of similar but different, but it sounds like you're fine on that since you only travel 1 to 2 months every calendar year. Okay, as long as more than half the time in the last 5 years you were in America. Let's put it that way. as well.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. More than 6 months would jeopardize my green card. I know that one. But another thing is that so when I got my green card, it was through the restaurant. But when I actually came to do my MBA in hospitality, which was aligned in that line, but later on I did my master's in information technology. So I have MBA, I have MSIT. Okay. But once my green card got approved in 2019, immediately after that I was about to join the job, but COVID hits there. I didn't really go back to hospitality. Rather than I studied, and then I'm actually doing two work right now. I'm a loan officer and I'm a cloud architect engineer. So they gave me the green card based on the employment base, saying that I'll be working in a hospitality. But my profession in the field has completely been changed from then and now. Would that matter?
There's no, based on what we researched, you're not the only one that asked, of course, but like if you had to continue working in that specific job, the key thing is that there's a bona fide offer. There's no law that says you had to continue working for like 30 days or 6 months. So I think they understand that in a sense that because it's a free market in America, along with capitalism is fire and hire anyone you want. So because it would be difficult to enforce. When I think about politicians creating laws in America or any country, you have to be able to enforce it. And I think it's not enforceable. I think it'd be very difficult because is it the employer's fault for firing you versus like someone leaving on their own will? There's a big difference. So that's why I don't think they want to get involved. It should be okay.
Yeah, I'm like life happens, even when I do the loans, I'm like there are different kind of things. I'm like we just verified that it's likely to continue. Meaning, I'm like anything can happen. Maybe in the next week they might not have a job, but on a current situation, we just assume that it's going to continue. So I was a little concerned about that part, but thank you for clarifying.
No problem. Well, thanks for tuning in on the live show, and if you haven't already, click the plus sign. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. I see some questions here that all questions are very important. I'll just answer a couple of them real quick here. User 12616 asked, is there a time limit for abuse victims? Yes, there is. Okay. There is. Because let's say the abusive event happened, whether it's physical abuse or like non-physical, and it happened, especially for physical abuse, let's say it happened like a week ago. So it's more fresh in that sense, like more timely. And then you file a police report, which by the way, you can file a police report after the event. It doesn't have to be the same day. Like you don't have to necessarily call 911, but you could, okay? Whereas if versus like a year late or 1 year later after the event, it gets a little sketchy, not necessarily for USAS, but more so even for the cops. I've never been a cop. I never worked for police department, but I anticipate it'd be a little bit. I don't know how they do it, right? Like if it's a year later than the event happened, or a year before. So. But what was I thinking is a Vawa. For Vawa, if you were to get divorced, you have 2 years, within two years or less, to file for Vawa if you are divorced. So it's kind of weird that it's a stupid requirement or restriction to have. I don't understand why they have that, but they do. So it's very important for you to know that if you are married to the person who may have abused you. Okay. I think there was another one. Someone here mentioned, I think Lily Lopez, your husband has been in America for 8 years. Would he be approved for parole in place based on, what was announced today? No, unfortunately, it had to be 10 years. 10 years in America as of yesterday. All right, let me. Everyone's been so patient, whether you asked a question or you're trying to join a live show. So thank you so much for your patience. Let's add in Smart. Hello, Smart. I hear something. Smart. I think I tried to let you join earlier. And something's wrong with your mic, maybe. Okay, well, I feel bad. Well, hopefully get that fixed. I have no idea if you can hear me. There's a private chat, by the way, if you're on YouTube or something. You could chat there because I don't even know if you can hear me. So let's bring on Tresser.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me,
How
sir?
you doing? You're live. How are
I'm
you?
good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. What's your question for tonight?
My question is that I'm a DACA recipient,
Okay, great.
and for this parole that's the president said talk about, I wanted to know because I was thinking about I was trying to get married this month. I got everything ready, and all of a sudden the dates is not adding up. So I wanted to know if I will be forgiven if I do it after 18, if they're gonna cut me a slice, or you think that that's it for me? Because
Yeah,
I've been
cut off
with
date.
I've been with my wife for a long time. We just want to get things straight, so that way
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can buy a house and stuff like that
yeah. Well, by the way, did you enter America with a visa or without?
without visa.
Uh-huh,
Because
uh-huh.
I was very young when I came. I was about 11.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that requirement is ridiculous because first of all, it's supposed to be for people already in America anyway.
Yes.
But I mean, I remember when it was DACA 12 years ago, and whatever they shared on the day of announcement
Mm-hmm.
was consistent. It didn't change. If anything, they added more information for guidance in that sense.
Exactly.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hopeful in general. My hopefulness has lasted 12 years, but for this, yeah, my understanding, past experience, they will keep it the same day. Unfortunately, I'm sorry,
Because
but
I had DACA for 12 years now. I never changed. And I mean,
yeah,
I never been arrested, nothing like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the
I
thing,
wish
right? I mean, the default right now for you, as you probably are aware, is that you have to file the waiver application 601A
okay.
since you entered, without a visa. But
Visa,
yeah, I
okay.
mean, yeah, but yeah, go ahead. I mean, you've been living, together for a while, right? You relationship
Yes,
wise,
yes,
you just
this right, yeah.
it's not just you, right? It's not just Tresser. There's a lot of y'all been waiting. You gotta get it filed in general. Gotta get it
Okay,
filed to the USCIS because it takes a long time in general, especially when you need a waiver. Mhm.
no problem.
All
Thank
righty.
you, sir.
Well,
Appreciate it.
stay tuned, okay? You never know when
No
something might
problem.
change. All
No
righty.
problem. Thank you.
Okay, take care. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me answer a couple more questions. I see Don Burry asked me one more question. Let me see, Don. By the way, in the meantime, if y'all been a little shy, haven't followed the channel yet, come on, what's up? Go ahead and hit the plus sign. All right, what's up? And then if you're on Facebook and YouTube, click subscribe down below. I am sure that you have some questions in the future, even if you're shy today. No problem. You don't have to join it live today. I'm going to, if you're on YouTube and Facebook and you want to join a live show, the link, let me see if I can share the link here. Share that again. Okay, right there. Now, I couldn't find Don's original question, but Leonardo, where's Leonardo's question? You gave a different name when crossing. Oh, snap. Was deported. Now you're married to a citizen. Can you apply? We should probably talk offline with that kind of fact hypothetical situation. Yeah. Yeah, some y'all might have done something that's like a white lie, okay? And the thing is, you probably took some prints the government officials probably took some of your prints. Okay, so, but if you just want to check, okay, you could request basically a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. But sometimes that doesn't reveal everything. So it is problematic. Okay. Not going to tell you can't do it, but you probably want to chat offline with that kind of question. All right, let's bring on Lakame. Okay, Lakame, and then on deck after Lakame will be Malxd XO. Go ahead, tap the screen. All righty.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Yeah. Thank you for letting me join the
Sure.
live. I got a question about my kid. I applied a petition for my kid, and it was approved since November 2022. And if I the priority date, it was on it's on 24th July. I mean July 24th. 2021. But if I look on the visa bulletin, it's now showing they're already on November 15, 2021. So in that case, what can I do? Do I need to contact NVC or do I need to contact the embassy where my kid have to be scheduled for an interview?
Well, it sounds like a good thing. Sounds like what you shared is that it's past your prior date by a couple months. But let me verify a couple things, if you don't mind. You said you filed for your kid?
Yes.
And which country?
Congo, DRC.
Okay, Congo. So, and then we have to file Chart A in general for the visa interview part. So that would be F2B, correct? Are you a resident?
No, F2A.
Oh, F2A. Yeah, F2A. You're correct. I do see November 2021 for Chart A. Now, so yeah, you do want to take action, right? DRC. Have you, in general, have you received an NVC case number, an invoice ID number, 2 different numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then have you uploaded the financial documents, for example, among other things?
Financial document like
W-2.
Like my text transcript, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did send that. It was on 2022.
Okay. So have you received an email from National Visa Center that says, documentary complete or documentary qualified? Okay, great.
Yes, that was on November 2022.
Okay, great. So at this point, you can contact. You try National Visa Center first, because after the pandemic, they changed the process. They just have the cases waiting at National Visa Center until the consulate or embassy, and let's say in a DRC, says, "Hey, NVC, bring me some cases." So I'll contact NVC first, and if they're like, "Well, you got to contact the embassy," then okay, go ahead and do that. Okay, but I would do that as soon as possible, like when you wake up tomorrow morning. Okay, because it's one of those things like. It could be like, okay, I can wait till the next day, but then it's going to be like 6 months later. Okay, so yeah, try to get that done. So if you Google search, or if anyone's in a similar situation, Google search, like, of course, with attorneys, fortunately, we have an email directly to them for them, but the Google search NVC inquiry form or box, it's like a little box, and you just submit it, because I don't think they have a public inquiry email. So it's on their website.
There is a public one inquiry.
Okay.
Because I was already checking on the NVC everything website, and I was like, I need to write those people back. In the meantime, I was confused and I was scared. You write them and they maybe delay your process or whatever. That's why when I saw you online, I told myself, no, let me get a chance to ask you a question. Maybe you can direct me,
Interesting. I wonder, would it be helpful for y'all? Let me know in the comments And also for you, sir, let me know in the comments, NVC, if you need this web page, okay, and maybe like a template, information like what we would write, okay. If you would like that kind of guidance, no cost, okay. We're not going to ask for a penny for something like this, okay. It's very just basically try to give you a shortcut because it's already online. But if we could provide you a shortcut, let me know in the comments, NVC, and if that is a popular thing, possibly, then set when you so Lakame, for example, for you, you could either the best thing to do is on my link above when you click my profile and there's links below my picture. My team's email. You've clicked the email option.
Yes.
What's it called? You can just type in the subject line NVC and ask for the template so you can request the interview. Okay.
All right.
I can't promise that it's going to be like the magic thing to get the interview like next month, but at least the point here is that for you is that you're taking proactive steps to say, by the way, I noticed the prior date is reached, so I'm here, by the way, to help my daughter, so they know you haven't forgotten about it. Okay.
Okay. Well, so my second question is, on July, it will be like my date to file my naturalization, to become a U.S. citizen. So if I do my U.S. citizen, does it gonna push my kid petition, or does it gonna delay?
Yeah. Okay. Let's look up. I'm looking up the Foreign Affairs Manual. That's a very important question. By the way, I see a couple of y'all on TikTok and YouTube hanging out there. I'll get to y'all soon. So Foreign Affairs Manual, and then there's a conversion page. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, because that's a very good question, because you don't want a situation where it automatically converts, which I believe it does in this situation. So you might want to wait. Just maybe email NVC first to see about how soon, because you're hypothetically your daughter's almost there. And then because the visa bulletin, yeah, it says, because if it does get forced to, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of weird to be like going backwards in a way, because that would make it to F1 if you become when you become a citizen, because that right now says October 2015. So yeah, I just, in this situation, it's kind of a good problem for you in a way. I would just keep it like, don't apply for become a citizen quite yet until she's got the visa, not just visa interview, that she has the visa. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't find it right now, but you email in and you can ask about the conversion webpage and we can send it to you. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. I just
Thank you,
can't.
sir.
I don't know why I can't pull it up right now. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for the
Bye.
follow. Take care. All right. Wonderful questions. Let's see if we can bring on YouTube. DA, how long is naturalization taking? Roughly about 3 to 5 months on average so far. It's pretty good considering the past. All right, we got AOS while on. Actually, I can't read the whole name. Well, you're live on while on removal. That's your YouTube name for now. Okay, you don't want to ask a question. That's cool. Freddie Hernandez. Freddie, absolutely happy to help you. Happy to help you. Congratulations. Absolutely happy to help. Smart. You're married for 19 years. Divorced in 2021, and your I-130 was approved in 2020 or 2030. Came in without a visa. You want to know if you're eligible, but you're divorced now. Am I missing something? If you're officially divorced by court order, then you're not eligible for the category 1. I called it, for the marriage pro in place. Unless you mean like just separated but not divorced. Sexy Layla, are you still on YouTube? Because I see you asked a question, but then you hopped off. You asked a question in private chat, but you hopped off. Maybe something. I think something's wrong with your mic earlier. So I don't know if you want. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's bring on. Okay, I said that Maux DXO is going to be next. Jesse, I see your question. Frank, I see your question. Don't worry, on YouTube, it's much easier for me to scroll. Good evening. Hello.
So
Hi.
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
So I was granted the military parole in place, and it expired last November before I got to submit for my status. Would I have to reapply for a parole in place under the Biden?
Well, is your spouse still in the military, or is you?
He was a veteran, and it was granted to me through veteran because he's a disabled veteran.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to reapply because it's expired already. You have to provide a valid at the time when you file a petition. That's what you're waiting to file. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was waiting to apply for my status. Now we did. We have been separated, not legally, but we were separated, and currently working things out, going to therapy, kind of thing. Would that affect my
process?
Like me, yeah. We have children together. We've been married for 6 years, together for 7, and we still have everything together in a sense, like a house, and yeah, it's just
You have a better opportunity in this sense versus like someone who is like friends that are help. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And not necessarily that because you have children together, but sounds like because the trend is that the marriage cases in general, the 2023 until including this year, is the waivers. I mean, the interviews are waived, okay, but I can't promise that for anyone. But that's the trend.
Yeah, my brother just fixed and his status, and he didn't have to do the interview.
Yeah,
but he was waiting for a long time as well.
But if there's any time, as you know, any time to file, time is now. Because who knows what's going to happen with Biden? Who knows?
Okay, so you recommend me filing for a military parole in place again, or should I wait until they announce this one? I'm under DACA right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was announced today, but I mean, it may take another couple months. And so if you have everything you like ready to go from the past when you got the military parole in place, you might as well file that one because it's already like an open program, I guess you could say.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully that helps. Okay, good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, take care. Alrighty. Wonderful, wonderful questions. Let's get to on YouTube is Sexy Lala back? Okay. Let me try to scroll back up on YouTube. Igor Mathias, are you still on? Your AOS application finally got to San Fran office this month. You applied in December 2023. If you move to Sacramento for those, I just made up a word actually. Do y'all Californians call it SAC? Will they be transferring case to Sacramento? Can that delay your case? Hell yeah, it can delay your case. I mean, I know trekking down to San Fran is not the easiest probably, but I mean, what do you mean finally got to San Francisco office? Like, how do you know that? Because that makes it seem like you know that it's going to be, if you're going to have an interview, that you would need to go, but your case might not have an interview. So if some people have the luxury in the sense that they may have a family member in a certain city. So let's say like San Francisco, and then you end up moving to Sacramento. But if you don't have that luxury, if you don't have an address in San Francisco and you want to keep it in that city, for example, then but you don't have an address, then I would just change your address to Sacramento, for example. So it just depends what you have available. But yeah, we usually advise, depending on the stage of the case, to not ruffle the feathers in terms of the address, because you just want to keep it smooth as possible. Okay, so hopefully that helps a bit. Okay, I see Jesse Adams. First question, could only those who illegally entered USA and who have married US citizens living here for 10 years plus would be eligible for parole or green card? Let me look back. I mean, definitely helpful for those who enter without a visa. That's the intent of parole in place. So you don't have to have the visa interview outside the US. But let me just check above if it could technically include people who entered America with a visa. But the thing is, if you entered America with a visa, you don't need parole in place. I guess you didn't ask that, did you? Okay. Maybe I read that wrong for a hot second. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the intent. So that your first question is yes. Your next question, how about those who have illegally entered USA and have married U.S. citizen could be granted a green card, or this year have filed a 485? You just married last year. Okay, congrats on that. You just filed the 4, but why did you file the 485 if you weren't eligible for it? I'm interested. Oh, are you asking for a friend, I guess? Oh, legally entered. Y'all putting me to a test here. Don't give me a hard time. It's late. I went live for almost 5 hours earlier today. It's almost midnight Central Time. Okay, so your hypothetical here is that someone has legally entered, you filed 45, you just married. Then yeah, Jesse, your second hypo here, maybe for your friend, asking for a friend, that person does not need the parole program. Okay, unless there's something else missing here that I missed. Fran, immigrants that have multiple unlawful entry, they're married to U.S. citizen that have been here in the U.S. for 10 years or more. After re-entry, can they qualify for this PIP? No, because multiple unlawful entry would equate to permanent bar. Sorry. Hassan, will people with deportation orders qualify for new immigration executive action? Not directly. Nothing in this new executive action has mentioned people with deportation orders. However, there is prosecutorial discretion, PD for short, and it technically includes people who have removal orders. And as I mentioned to, I think, David earlier, we've been able to get court cases dismissed and court cases reopened and dismissed. Not for everyone, though. Okay? Not for everyone. It just depends on the case. All right, let me... do I know anything about SIJ? I do. Special Immigrant Juvenile. But what do you want to know about it? So, Fran, if Trump wins and he overturns Biden new PIP, what happens to case I approve new PIP? I don't think they're gonna mess with that in terms of people already approved through this new one. That'd be some bullshit. Excuse my French if you got kids around. If they go retroactive and revoke people's status because of the program. And I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. And think about DACA. DACA, they sued about it. They just stopped the future new applications. They didn't even stop even the judge agreed that you can't stop the renewals. Okay. So hopefully that's gives you a little peace of mind based on history. All right, let's see what else. Hassan, does a previous legal entry negate the most recent entry, which was illegal for parole in place? I guess what you mean negate, like it doesn't count, basically. It's not relevant to the current situation. So if your current situation is legal entry, then you definitely need the Parole in Place program. Igor, so you live around SF. Emma with a website chat, I think that's what you mean by Emma, said AOS is an SF. Okay, but you meet with SAC. You're worried it will delay your application. Yeah, I'd be concerned too because you're in removal. You got administrative closed. Okay, so you need to get that. You need, if you have an attorney, you need to ask your attorney to get that dismissed. Okay, the court case, because the 485, and that's the thing about Emma or the website chat or live agent with USCIS. They're not saying you were trying to get legal advice, Igor, from them, but some people, y'all in the audience, think that when you call them 1-800-375-5283, that USCIS hotline is going to be there, walk you through things. They're not trying to give you legal advice. They don't got time for you. They're government workers. If you're a government worker, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. So if you're a government worker and you file an application, you know what's going on. Come on, y'all. Come on. If I were a government worker, I don't know. I'll just try to make it more efficient. But the thing is, yeah, they're not going to walk you through. So with that being said, in like Igor's situation, they're not going to say, hey, by the way, you need to get your case dismissed. That's legal advice. So, oops. Live showtime. I'm supposed to tell you this is legal information. This is not legal advice because my state bar tells me that I need to say that. So just putting it out there. But if you want legal advice, you know what to do. Click the link above if you're on TikTok, or down below and click the link for a one-on-one strategy session. All right. All right. Pink Zorro. Let's see. DACA recipient married to U.S. citizen. Two children. I don't know what your question is though, Pink Zorro. You copy and pasted a factual statement, but I don't know. I see your hearts. That's nice. Pink Zorro, I wish you just asked the question. I don't know. I don't see your actual question. All right. Well, I'm gonna invite. Yeah, y'all know what to do on this TikTok thing. Just tap it a second. Hey, if we can get to 15,000 likes, appreciate it. Let me invite on to Falik Mama on TikTok. In the meantime, Jesse, I see your follow-up comments. Hey, what's going on, Falik Mama?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, ma'am?
Yeah. I have a couple of questions.
Sure, go for it. We'll see what I can do.
Right. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Good. So I came to the border, and then I did my asylum already. So I took it to the courthouse and I submitted all the paperwork, and now my case is dotted in court. So my question was, should I have to send any of the asylum copy to the processing center, like Nebraska, or once I kind of submit it in court, does that? That's the first question.
You just filed it?
Yeah, I did the asylum, but my case was already dotted in court for January of 2025. It's dotted in court already.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I have to submit my asylum through the court, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then I'm asking the remaining copy. So when I took it down to the city, Minneapolis, they stamp the two copy, they stamp another one, and they gave it to me. Is that my copy, or I have to take that to the processing center? I don't know, it's Nebraska or Chicago that I have to take it, but they didn't really say anything. They just stamp it and give it to me.
Yeah, because they're not going to give you legal advice. They're just like the clerks, I guess, of the court. They're not your attorney, but I can tell you now, if you Google search, there's a PDF, one-page PDF. If you type in defensive asylum filing or something like that, defensive asylum filing, you should find a PDF that gives the addresses and the number of copies, things like that. I believe it's the Nebraska office. We don't accept asylum cases. We can refer you an attorney, or if you need one in the future for the interview. But yeah, you did the court thing. You provide them a copy. Now you got to send it to I believe it's Nebraska Service Center. So
right. So I'm just asking now that I've already given in court, right? The case is daughter, the court received their copy. Should I still have to like submit it down there?
submit it to Nebraska? Yes, you
Right.
need
I don't
to.
know because the area told me if you don't send it to the right center,
Yeah.
they can send it back. So I have to
Uh-huh.
make sure for the people in Minneapolis, if your code is in Minnesota, we have to make sure where can we submit it to USCIS because now it's in court and we already submitted it to the court.
Mhm.
So what will be the next step moving forward with the court? We just gonna wait for a court hearing because I have to wait on my fingerprint in order to be able to get my work permit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's why you have to file to Nebraska. You got to mail it into Nebraska Service Center. Find that PDF. What's it called? I could have my team send it to you if you email us. If you can't find it, but my link under my profile, you'll see the option for email. And if you can't find it for some reason, you should be able to. But if you can't, then
I think I have.
yeah. It sounds like you found it though, because you mentioned Nebraska Service Center. It's pretty specific instructions. Okay, but the thing that kicks off the receipt notice and biometrics is not the filing with the court. It's the filing with Nebraska Service Center. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully you can still hear me. I see you're muted. Okay. Let's see.
Yep, I got that instruction.
Okay, cool. You found it?
Yep.
Okay.
I got the instruction, but I will double check that. And then my next question, so the new parole that is in place, that's going to be in place, whatever, does that apply to people who already just entered the U.S. illegally by marrying a U.S. citizen, or it just applies to people who have already been in the U.S. for the past 10 years?
The second part, the last 10 years for the marriage. If you're trying to get your marriage to a U.S. citizen, then you have to be here for 10 years. So that doesn't sound like that would help you.
If you come on student visa and you've been married to your spouse for maybe 2-3 years and your spouse is already a citizen, that doesn't apply to you in any way of getting a green card?
You can, but not through the parole program. They're pretty specific. Once the government sends out information like this, they're not going to deviate from it. So for the marriage part, if you want to utilize the parole program, apply through it, you have to be in the U.S. for 10 years. So that's not that does not sound like your situation since you said you filed for asylum. All right. Not saying you can't go through the pathway through your spouse. Are you married to a U.S. citizen, or that you're just saying, for example?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, you know what to do. Follow. All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. So people who came to the border now, when you already married, when you married to a spouse, you've been here maybe for like a year illegally, but then you married to a U.S. citizen. Does that protect you in any way? Maybe if your kids have to go through court, does you get some kind of a protection based on your spouse is a citizen, and then separating families, that can be difficult? Does that protect you?
Just filing through a U.S. citizen spouse in general, regardless of the parole thing?
A U.S. citizen spouse, and now that they marry you, even though you came to the country illegally, and now you guys are married. Can they file like an I-130 for you?
Yeah, you can have a petition on file, but that doesn't mean like protection from deportation, if that's what you're asking.
So if you do that, you still have to go through asylum process too. If you still have to get a spouse that file you an I-130.
You can stop the asylum process, but if you already filed it, we generally recommend people to just continue it until just to try it, because if you believe in your claim, then it could be faster. It depends on the court system, depends on the scheduling, but you can withdraw your asylum application. When we have some clients that have an asylum application, because for many years they've been waiting, and then they got married, then we were able to get them the green card through marriage, and then they withdraw the asylum application. So it just depends on timing. Like, it's hard for me to say yes or no. It just depends on the situation.
Okay. And then I have another question with my address changed. So
okay.
I did change the address online. When I went to ICE office, they told me, oh, it's now online. So I just went there and I just put the A number, my new address, and they asked me for email and cell phone number. Automatically, they told me, yes, it had been successfully changed.
Okay.
So do I have to go on USCIS website? Because I did create a USCIS account as well. Should I have to go there and change my address on there on the USCIS website?
Well, it sounds like you haven't filed the application to USCIS Nebraska Service Center yet. So yeah, they wouldn't even have your system information in the system yet. All righty, Philippe, thank you so much.
Yep, all right.
All right, you have a good night. Okay, let me get to the next person. I try my best to politely get to the next person. Because ultimately, I mean, I'm happy to, I try to do this rapid fire, but if you're going to have just be straight, if you're going to have 5+ questions, it's better just schedule a session. But let's see. But you know me, I love sharing information. Let's see. Let me hit back up to YouTube real quick. Let's see. Caroline on YouTube, your American citizen spouse passed on before you got approved. Do you qualify? Well, my condolences, okay, to you, Caroline. It depends if you're in the U.S. or not. That is a critical requirement. And we just checked this, I believe, last month. So if you're in the U.S., then there's more flexibility in that sense. But of course, there's more facts, more questions we need to ask. So hopefully we can point you in the right direction. It's just you have to schedule a time for more in-depth. Sorry, I realize I'm getting a little tired. I get a little tired. Let me see if I can go to 4 hours. No, I can't do that. Not like earlier today. If you were live with me earlier today, put in the comment section on. Okay, I'm just curious. I know I asked this earlier in the show. Put in the comment section on, and then, because then you just as crazy as I am then. All right, so Fran, I think you're the next question. If you're just about to submit the requirements for the waiver, should you continue with the waiver or discontinue and pivot? I would pivot. I wouldn't say throw everything away, whatever you did for the 601, but just kind of put it to the side, because some of that evidence you might be, useful for parole and place package. Okay. Yeah. Don't spend the money, Fran, or anyone else who's about to file the waiver. Just hold off on that. Maybe you could use that evidence and whatnot for the parole program. Okay. Jesse Adams, your friend has filed 45 through marriage, but the USCIS has requested for evidence due to what does she need to do for her to win? Oh, that's a $1 million question. Your buddy's gonna have to schedule a strategy session. That'd be option number 2 on our link, or you're on YouTube, so down there. Yeah, she was consulted and guided by a private visa consultant. Yeah, that's typically where people get in trouble, unfortunately. Hassan, yes, we help with case in New York. I think your question earlier was about a court case, but no, maybe it wasn't a court case. Maybe I think it was, but depending on the if you need a person in, we've been able to get cases dismissed, reopened and dismissed, or just dismissed. But some cases you don't actually need. You might not even have a hearing, especially if it's far out in advance or closed out. But otherwise, if you need an attorney in person in New York, then I went to law school in New York, CUNY, so I know plenty of my friends are immigration attorneys. Loose. You talked to many lawyers, said your husband can never get papers. Why is that? Did he get a perm bar or something? The thing is, in general, hey, in-law dude, good to see you. By the way, in-law dude is an immigration attorney too, so Please, I don't know if he wants followers, but yeah, big day today, folks. Big day. I know the announcement itself was a little anticlimactic because, Biden's a little older. Don't give him a hard time, okay? He didn't freeze today. He did not freeze. I didn't see it. Did you? I kind of thought so, or that region, but, I'm not an expert. Hey, Jahon D, what you're watching from Jamaica? Ish Rods, what if your spouse came here 9.5 years ago? No, sorry. Doesn't qualify based on this. Friend, I-130 has been approved and now with NVC. Should this help and expedite a new PIP? This is a great thanks for asking this. So if you have a I-130 approved and now the case with NVC and you realize, oh snap, this is great. You got an opportunity with parole and that you don't have to leave outside the U.S. You got two options I'm thinking about right here, because that petition already has marked on the application, the petition I-130, like page 5 or something on the right column. I know, don't ask me how I memorize these things. And ask, do you want the case processed adjustment of status, meaning in America or abroad, outside America for consular processing? So if your case is already approved, I-130, to get it back, I know, even though we're in a freaking 21st century, 2024, to move the case file from National Visa Center, do a little pivot back to America with USCIS, you gotta pay some dinero, you gotta pay some money. It sucks, man. It totally sucks. I wish it was just an easy button for that one, but there's not. It's the 824 application, and it's even when you file it, it's not like it's not a switch. I think it takes like 5 months in general, and it's not free either. The government fee for that is. So let's probably anticipate a lot of y'all in this situation. Generally speaking, it appears to be $590. So if that's the case, option number 2 could be just to refile the petition with the correct location. After speaking to attorney, to making sure to verify that you're eligible for the parole program, because actually filing a petition costs less than this 824 form. How idiotic is that of the USCIS? I mean, oh my God, this makes no sense. And if you gotta do the 485 application and all that, like, you might as well, I think, I'm just talking out loud right now. There's a new announcement as of today, but I would just advise to just file the petition I-130 again, but this time with the 485 application. It costs you less. I mean, not much less, but like $45. If my math is not good, especially at this hour. All right, so let me see. I don't think I missed anyone on YouTube, at least. Let's see. I know some of y'all are helping each other out. I appreciate it. Since this is difficult to answer questions and invite people to a live show. All right, Pink Zorro. Pink Zorro's on. I was trying to get to his or her question. I couldn't find it. Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry. I was trying to type in. It just didn't work out.
I know. I hear you.
So I've been in the United States since I was 3 years old. I got DACA. I married a U.S. citizen. Now I have 2 children. I've gone to multiple lawyers and spent thousands of dollars, and they all told me not to file, mostly because I've been scared of the part where I may get told that I need to go outside the country and adjust the situation. I have nobody over there. My whole family's here. So it's just been very difficult. I know that the new thing that they just set out today, and I kind of saw it on TikTok, and then I saw your live, so I just hopped on.
Yeah,
I
cool.
guess I just need more information.
Sure.
And like to see if maybe, there is a path I can follow. Or a process I can do. I know it's for college graduates. I have some college, but I didn't finish.
Well, there's 2 categories that I was trying to explain earlier today and the earlier live show as well. If you don't mind, can I verify
Sure.
I think I missed something. Did you say you were married to someone or no?
Yeah, I am married to a U.S. citizen.
Okay, I thought I heard that. Okay, and you're married to, and how long have you been in the U.S.?
Since I was 3 years old, so
That's
like
right.
25 years.
25. Okay. Okay, so you would, based on that so far, you'll be eligible for category 1, I call it. Okay, for the marriage parole in place. So you would not have the main benefit of this is like you don't have to go back to your country of nationality where you're born for the interview. You can have it done in America. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever you talk to other lawyers, right, this program didn't exist until today.
Yeah, no,
So,
it didn't.
mhm.
So then I would just have to go through a lawyer. And I know you say you're based in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Houston, Texas. I was actually
Oh,
born in
no, where
Connecticut.
did I hear Connecticut from then?
I
Sorry.
know. I was born in Connecticut, but I don't think I said that in a while.
Okay.
That's funny.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you
It's
were
okay.
probably based there. Okay, bet. And your information's on your link, right?
Yeah. You can, there's 3 options. You want our services, you don't want it, you just want answers, and then webinar. But up to you. Okay.
Okay, bet. I'll go ahead and fill out the form. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you for doing the lives. It helps a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to help. Yeah, I'm a little tired, but happy to help.
Yeah.
All right.
for
Have a good
sure.
night. Okay, bye.
Good night. Thank you.
All right, that's cool. You see, folks, there's a lot of y'all that likely were not eligible before, but now you could be. And if you want verification, look, things are moving kind of fast, right? Like we don't have enough information, so I'm not here to guarantee eligibility, but we're gonna share it with you. If you complete the link, okay, you select the correct box, I guess. If you don't know like which box option, don't worry. Just pick one of them. We're gonna send you information. Or the easiest thing, just click follow. Okay, click follow, click the plus sign. If you've been on for 5 minutes, you gotta click the 5+ sign. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing here live with me late at night. Or if on YouTube, Facebook, click what's that thing? Subscribe down below. What else are you doing late at night? There's no way you're only listening to me. Could you be next? L, yeah, you're next. All right, let's bring on L.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So my husband got approved for the I-130 back in 2019.
Okay.
So the case is basically at NVC now. We were going to apply for the waiver. This lady was helping us apply for everything, but she gave us specific things saying that we needed so much proof of everything for the waiver.
Okay.
And she recommended us to have a house and stuff, even though we already had 3 kids and everything. So we waited, and we actually did buy a house about a year ago, and we were getting ready to apply for the waiver.
Okay.
And then this came out. Would you recommend for us to just keep going for the waiver or wait for this? Because he doesn't really want to go out of the country.
Stay. He's been living in America for 10 years at least?
Yeah, he's been here since 2005.
Okay, yeah, stay. Just wait a couple months. I mean, even Biden didn't say much. He just said Trump sucks and wait till the end it'll be ready by end of summer. So I think the latest September.
So then we don't have to apply for the waiver if we apply for this?
Correct. It's one or the other, which I recommend everyone to do the parole.
Yeah. Have the advanced parole as well then?
Yeah, the advanced parole. So the advanced parole currently with the military parole place is the same form. It's the 131. So you only need to file it one time. I don't know if they're going to use the same one for this thing. I honestly hope they use like a different one because hopefully they allow the process to be different. Because I know someone earlier mentioned they did the military parole place, and technically that needs to be filed to the local office, and they don't have a workflow. It takes a long time. That takes like 12 months. Not to scare anyone, but hey, it's better than a waiver, I guess. Waiver takes 3 to 4 years. So.
Okay, so I guess we'll just wait for this new program thing because I did hear the waiver takes
at least 3 years right now.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hold off.
Okay.
Yeah, hold off on that. Just a couple months. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't like telling people wait, but I mean, this thing just got announced today, and I mean, this doesn't happen every day. This took 12 plus years.
Yeah.
So yeah, hang on, and if you want more information, you know what to do, +sign and all that. All right.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you
Thanks,
so
Al.
much.
Take care. Vanessa, did I talk about the 3 and 10-year bar yet? No, I didn't. But hopefully, it didn't trigger. If anyone's wondering about what is a 3-year, 10-year bar, unlawful presence bar, if you're in the U.S. for more than 1 year and you have not left, then you have not triggered the bar. Okay. If you've been in the U.S. for more than 180 days, between 180 days and less than 364 or less, in America, overstay, and you leave, or if in between that time, that is a 3-year bar and does not get triggered until you leave. So that's why, in general, that's why people would need the 601A application. But the parole program will save you time and stress. All right, we got level 13 gifter here on Dr. Ayo here on TikTok.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for picking up my call. I really appreciate it.
Sure, absolutely. How can I help you tonight?
So here's my story. I got married last year, August, and then I filed. I got my work permit, but we're still waiting for an interview date. I'm not sure why it's taking so long.
Because they suck. But yeah, where is it? Where did you file? Which city?
California.
LA?
LA, yes.
Okay, yeah. That's good. It's a longer backlog. But what'd you say, last August 2023?
Yes, but we filed this year in January.
Oh, January. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I have my work permit already, but we're still waiting for an interview date.
okay. Yeah, I mean, January, that's still within normal processing times. I know you may have friends that are like, I got 3 months, I got 2 months. It's great, but but yeah, you're on track. If it's like 18 months, you're like, dang, John, then that's when we may have to file a lawsuit. But hopefully you don't have to wait 18 months.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you're
That's
good.
fine. I want to make sure,
Yeah, you're good. Cool. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Alrighty. Man, y'all still on with me. It's past midnight. What time is it over there? Where are y'all at? Y'all can't sleep like me. I'm still so happy. I know it doesn't look like it because I'm tired, but my team is like, what the hell is John doing today? And they had to join the live show to verify that I was working. Am I getting hungry? Because I'm still up. Let's see. Okay, so Vegas in the house. Nick's in Vegas. 1019 Cali. I would love to be in California right now, given our ridiculous weather in Houston, Texas. It's so up and down. Okay, I got mixed vids. After this question, then I'll invite someone on TikTok. Y'all on YouTube are shy to join right now. You got mixed vids. You got DWI and family violence case, which is 5 years ago. You apply for citizenship. Is that going to be a problem? You have 3 or 4 arrests with PI. Oh man, I remember those fraternity days. A lot of my fraternity brothers got DWI and PI. 5 years ago, the general rule when someone wants to apply for citizenship is that it's not the date of conviction. 5 years from them is a date when the probation was completed, because typically when probation completed, you would get a court order that says case dismissed, to something of that extent. Okay, so you count 5 years for good moral character in that sense. Okay, Public intoxication, 3 or 4 arrests. Hopefully those resulted in a dismissal, straight dismissal without any kind of conviction or plea bargain. Because if it, I mean, the thing is, if there's a police report, then you never had a probation. Okay, so I guess, well, the family violence and DWI, what did that result? Did that result in like a actually like a plea deal, or was that all dismissed as well? Okay. Let's see. Fran said, you paid attorney for the work of 601 up front. We did the hardship letters, psychology, psych eval, but you haven't filed the 601. Should all that stuff help PIP? It can. You might not need all that for the PIP. They do look at discretion, but just putting that out there, like if some, you didn't ask this, Fran, but if some of y'all wonder, like, I wonder if we can get your money back, whatnot. Like in Fran's situation, the work has been completed, even though not filed, but the work by attorneys, the law firm has completed. So it'd be pretty difficult to get money back in that situation. But if anything, maybe they can apply those fees. Can't speak for that law firm, but or other lawyers, but maybe they could apply those fees to the PIP part. Okay. So hopefully, I don't know if that's part of your question, but let's see. Mixed vids. Okay, DWI was a plea deal, and the family violence was dismissed, but they gave you a BIP class. And you finished it, and they gave you a certificate. You took it over there, and they dismissed it. Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like, did you meet the 5 years already? But what about the public intox? Was that straight dismissed, or did you have a plea deal on that? Because what I'm concerned about is they got a little pesky thing called the habitual drunkard. Okay, you don't want them to claim that. Okay, so if you did get plea deal or convicted of PI cases, public intox, then you may want to hopefully have some kind of other certificate of AA classes or something or whatnot. Okay. I see more questions, but let me switch on to here because I know there's a couple people waiting to get on here. Sheila Martinez, you still don't understand if you can apply, if your husband can apply. Your husband has a 10-year ban. He's in the U.S. Now, Pink Zoro, the link is not allowing payments. Well, snap! I know I was working earlier today. Let me see if I can check. I don't know. That's okay. If the link doesn't work for this amount or whatever you paid for, my team will reach out and send you the link. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I can't figure it out at this moment, but thanks for letting me know. I am too tired to do tech stuff. All good. Back to Sheila's question on has a 10-year ban. So just to clarify, do you mean your husband left America and then came back, or just has been sitting tight in America and never left? Because some people do get confused if the unlawful presence bar or 10-year bar, 3-year bar has been triggered. So it's only triggered or applies to you when the person has left America. So, and then when you return to America without legal status, without border crossing card, without a parole, that is problematic because that's a perm bar as far as I remember. And that's not good. That's no way, no. Okay. Holy smokes. It's been almost 2 hours and we're almost at 1:45. Y'all, this has been amazing. I love hanging out with y'all. I'm gonna see if I can get 2 more people on live. And then after that, I probably have to call it a wrap and try not to wake up my family. Okay. Don't tell my family I was up live with y'all. This is just, between us. Okay. Luz, you got deported in 2009 and came back without a visa, I'm assuming. Then this is not going to help you. As far as I know. Look, this just got announced today, so maybe more things will come up. Nayli, I think. Okay, it's processing. Maybe she's not on anymore. Huh. They had this thing called show right next to guest. Is that boxing thing? Or I don't know what they call it. Oh, I'm still learning this stuff. What does interact mean? Oh, poll. Text poll? Oh, man. Okay. It looks like she's not on anymore, I think. So, I'm going to disconnect her. Sorry, I didn't get to you sooner. Anita, gifter level. Apparently, if you've been gifting, you. What's up, Anita? Got a question?
Yes. So, my husband and I got married in 2011. We had did the I-130 approved, and I think we had poor representation, to tell you the truth. The I-601A was approved. He had came over in 2004. He left, and then he came back in, and he got caught. Then he got deported. Then he came back in illegally. So the I-130 was approved. The I-601 was approved. He got the interview. He went over there almost 2 years ago, and he was denied. We did the appeal. They said they wanted to. We did that. That was just denied like 30 days ago.
The appeal was filed 30 days ago?
No, it was appealed a year ago.
Okay.
So it was. I just got the letter a month ago. It was denied.
Oh, denied. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of information there and the facts there. Why was he ordered? Why was he ordered removed through the court? Right? Is what you're saying?
So he went to the Ciudad. So he went to the Ciudad Juarez for his interview in 2022.
Okay, 22.
March. They denied it because they wanted the 601. He had the 601A approved. So I filed. He's been in Mexico since then. I came back. I filed the 601, and I just got the denial letter like a month ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, the denial letter of the 601. Do you mind sharing a little bit of? Do you know why it was denied?
Because he had two entries. Because he came in 2004 when he was 6. No, he was 14.
Oh, okay.
And then in 2009, he left because his mom was sick and she was passing away. Then he came back. And he got, I guess, caught and sent him back. He then came back about 6 months later, and he made it. And then he's been there since. The only time he left was in 2022 when he had the interview.
Okay. And do you remember if he shared all that information in the?
Yes, because we got the information from the immigration where he got caught and they did his fingerprint. We gave that to the lawyer and we turned it in for the applications of the I-130 and the 601A.
Whoa. You're saying your attorney knew about all those dates?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I feel we're not having poor representation.
Yeah, that sounds problematic too. I'm sorry, Anita, that you and your husband have gone through all this.
Yes, we've been married since 2011 and we have 5 kids.
Yeah, so far with this Parole program, I don't think it's gonna benefit you and your husband. Because it's not gonna change law. It's just like an added opportunity.
Okay, so yeah, that's my question because I know he keeps saying that he had to be here. and he's not here because he's been over there since he got denied.
Yeah. These two opportunities that they on the White House website, unfortunately, it's only for people who are currently in America in general. First of all.
Okay, so it doesn't really help anyone who already had their interview and was denied.
Yeah, that's not going to help. I mean, yeah, it's not going to help him in that situation. Did your attorney say? Did any chance your attorney mention after review like the decision denial letter? I think you just said you just got it, but kind of curious what they recommended.
Letter in the mail. I notified the lawyer, and then like I got the letter 30 days ago, and then I got a letter from the lawyer 2 weeks ago saying that he was not able to help me any further.
Well, what a bunch of bullcrap. What a convenient thing for that lawyer to say now. I'm sorry that you have gone through all this. Yeah, man, that's why I'm on a live show every day, if I can, to share these. So thank you for sharing your story.
Yes,
yeah.
I understand. I was just hoping you had
I always wish I had the magic answer for everyone, but sometimes I have to be the bad news bears.
All right.
Yeah. All right, Anita. Have a good one, okay? Take care.
You too. Yeah.
Well, y'all, I try my best to point people in the right direction. Sometimes that direction is just to save your money and not file anything. I don't know why the lighting is so bright over here on YouTube, but I think I missed one person on YouTube here. Desi, you married a U.S. citizen, you have a son, you lived here for 15 years, you enter with a J1. Can you apply for this parole? You don't need the parole, Desi, because you enter with J1. The issue for you is if J1 has a 212E. So see if you have a 212E 2-year restriction on your passport. That's the issue for you. Okay, Desi? Test bond? No, we have not started taking applications. What if you qualify but not married? Well, you came to the country, you enter America but not inspected. Yeah, so that's the purpose of the parole, to help people who did enter without status. Man, them conservative folk, I'm gonna look up Twitter tomorrow, see what they've been talking about. I'm a little interested. You've been here, okay, for this guy, you've been here for 23 years. Maybe you can qualify for category 2. I call it the work visa option. Okay. Alrighty. Folks, if you haven't already, first of all, if you're new, just joined the channel maybe a couple minutes ago, and you're wondering how you got here in the live show. If you're wondering how you got here, okay, it was meant to be, folks. The TikTok algorithm got you here, okay? It's a pretty good algorithm. Y'all know that. It's better than other platforms. So if you don't mind, give it a follow, okay? Give it a follow. If you don't mind, or subscribe down below if you're on Facebook and YouTube. Fran, that was so nice. You gave me a super sticker. Fran hit me up with the 1999 super sticker. I didn't even know that was possible at 1999. I know I remember getting one before, like $5. Man, $5 can't afford me a Starbucks coffee, but thanks, Fran. That $20 right there, I can get at least one cup of coffee. But right now, I got my tea. It's powering me through right now. Power me through. Okay, man, I gotta lower my voice so my family doesn't wake up. All right, well, you might be wondering why I'm here live. I'm not just repeating stuff that you could read on the fact sheet. I shared the web page earlier. I'll share it again. At least I can share it on YouTube and Facebook. But look, y'all, as you heard some stories earlier from some people, unfortunately, could have saved money if they, and that's the hard part, That's the hard part, because like the the old times of finding a lawyer, you know, it's not easy. It's just not easy. Maybe I'm not gonna say old times. It's just not easy to find the right team. Okay. Sometimes the right team is you're only gonna talk to them one time. You're like, deuces, thanks for the info. So even when I give bad news, I like to share email screenshots. I like to email the source because you want legal status. You're looking. It's like when you're Google searching. You're looking for the answer you want, and then you stumble upon that answer you want. You're like, now I really wonder if that's real. Is that the truth? I'm here to share the truth. My team is trained to tell you the truth. I tell them every day. Okay, um, do the right thing. That's the main thing. I got 2 interns helping out this summer. We just went over the scenarios that people got disbarred, lost their license, had to pay a fine because they did the wrong things. So just trying to raise the standard of the law practice, um, so y'all can have quality representation. Desi, that's right. You're welcome. Yeah, parole is for those who entered illegally. Yeah, without a visa, border crossing card or parole. That's the intent. Okay. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick, you got this question. Nick, after next question, I'm gonna ask and click accept on one of y'all that are waiting on the TikTok here. Nick asked a question, a little hot topic here. Do I feel as if, well, wouldn't I like to share my opinion? Do I feel that PIP should have been proposed day one in office? Executive order kind of shady close to elections. Oh, hell yeah, of course. I mean, we all know why he did it. And of course he did it after Trump was convicted 34 counts of federal counts. Oh my god. I mean, it's like he should have known he did something wrong before. Anyways, tangent. Back to next question. Next question. Was it time frame to be safe to get paperwork in before next president ruins everything? I would say I think latest Biden said today. He didn't say much today, but I would. In fact, we don't want him to say that much, right? We're just kind of currying him away. He said that end of summer it should be ready, or it will be ready. And if it's like DACA, if it's going to take some time, like DACA implementation in 2012, I believe that was effective and started accepting applications in September. So if you want representation, okay, or even if you're trying to do this yourself, folks, do the marriage parole. It needs just a hot tip if you haven't noticed already. Well, sorry, let me answer next question directly. Just got a little excited to share more info. Do I feel as a PIP should have been proposed day one? No. Because it's one of those, it's kind of like poker, right? Politics is like poker. You got to have something in your back pocket or, for your last hand per se. What did he do? He like dropped the hammer in a sense, like because they did have a proposal. I think they called it Citizenship Act or something like that, reform. And it was like first week of office. That of course was expected to fail. I haven't covered many reform proposals since that time because I knew Congress, the makeup of Congress, it was not going to work out. But I mean, come on, y'all. We got like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I can't even believe I'm saying her name right now. She's in office. Like, I just like can't believe someone like that is in office, just running amok of Congress. And so, because of people like her, it makes it difficult to get things passed in Congress. Look, y'all, my goodness. Congress got it together, bipartisan bill for none other than military spending and banning TikTok. What kind of nonsense is this? There's so many other things they could have worked together for. military spending, and TikTok ban. God damn. If you want TikTok saved, okay, I know you guys are on YouTube, but for y'all on TikTok right now, if you want TikTok saved, comment TikTok or save. Is that easier to write? Save. Oh my God, that's crazy. Because I have seen on my live feed, okay, people who are disabled, people who are able to earn income, do the TikTok shop, just sharing their story. It's pretty crazy. Like, I'm not to go off too much of a tangent, but isn't that pretty amazing? Like, someone who could not get a job because of a disability, unfortunately, but can earn income while just at home on an app. I think it's pretty amazing, but I don't know why it can't be done on other apps. I don't know, but it's a different thing on TikTok. I think it's easier. I'm a little app deficient, but I try to do my best. TikTok paid your rent once? Nice. What'd you do? You got a live show yourself? You selling something? All right, not bad. Not bad. Well, Fran hit me up with $19.99 with a super sticker on YouTube, so thank you. But TikTok has not paid me. TikTok has not paid me anything. In fact, they probably don't want me talking about political type stuff. Oh, and your other account. I was going to say. Oh, Desi, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I just scrolled down more. Desi, thank you for the $10 super sticker. How much do I get out of the $10? Well, minus taxes and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. Nick, thanks. Really appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. Let me go to your other question. Do we handle the cases? Do I handle the cases directly? Like me personally, I review the cases, but I don't join like the client meetings. You know what? It's like I miss that stuff. And it's weird because I'm not having like one. Well, now that I just did this like one-on-one thing, I miss this. I miss talking with clients, but I can't. I mean, I can, but it's just hard. It's just hard, to be honest. Like managing my team, training the team members, making sure like I'm currently like the logistical manager, um, damage control. I'm like the keep people happy manager. So it's a lot. It's a lot of hats to wear. So unfortunately, it's difficult for me to meet clients one-on-one, to be honest. But yeah, I do review cases. All right. I handle the removal cases and the mandamus cases directly. Unless we need to get co-counsel, local counsel in a different city. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea. Thank you for asking. It's kind of nice to reflect back actually on that. Nick, your other comment here, you never saw this coming today, considering how many illegals use valid SSNs and never claim the money. They can't keep the money because IRS keeps it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I never saw this coming either. I never saw this coming, but it's possible. It's allowed by law. Military parole in place already exists. Yeah, there's just imagine a situation, folks. Sorry, I'm not trying to leave. I'll invite someone on TikTok real quick, but there's a lot of y'all dreamers. Imagine America. Imagine the landlords. Imagine the financial system. How it could possibly break down, or these landlords or the management company can go and file bankruptcy if y'all have to leave and be deported. So, sorry, I did quotations because there's a deferred action. So, just hypothetically. All right. Anyways, Nick, I appreciate your questions. I love talking about that kind of stuff, political strategy, I guess. But all right, let me invite someone. If you're still wanting to get on live here, let's see. Christian Reyes, are you still on?
Yes, hello?
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
So I entered the country when I was 4 years old with my parents. legally with the visa, and he never left. I have no affairs. I'm not doctor. I'm not married. I'm 20 years old now.
Okay. Okay. So I think. And you say you're not married, right?
No.
Oh yeah, you're 20 years old. Take your time. The category 2 that I was referring to, the work visa option. I mean, Biden did not talk about it today, and I didn't expect him to, right? But it is on the fact sheet from the White House.gov, and it talks about that a work visa for DACA recipients and for Dreamers, and so that's what I'll be looking at. I'll be, refreshing USCIS website or other resources to make sure what they will mention. What defines a dreamer, like at what year or what, how old someone has to be to apply for something like that. Is that what you could be possibly interested in? That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So stay tuned. Okay, Christian. You may have followed the channel already, and yeah, I mean, so if anyone is in a similar situation as Christian here live with me on TikTok, you can click on the profile link under my profile picture and select option number 3 for webinar, because that doesn't cost you anything. And as soon as we get more information, we'll share an invite, whether it's going to be on TikTok or whatever it is, or like a Zoom or something. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Christian. Take care.
You too, bye.
Alrighty. All right, appreciate the likes. Apparently that helps the algorithm. I don't know anything about this stuff. I just love sharing info. I think Carla is next. Carla, you still on? Maybe not, because it's still processing. So someone named Michael Jordan is on the show. Cool. If you have a question, just go ahead and ask it, and I'll try to answer it. Perla, okay, looks like Carla's not on. Let's click on someone. Apparently, if you have been gifting me, I can tell on this guest list. So I'll more likely, of course, select you. All right. Hey, what's up?
Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you? I gotta turn down the volume so my family doesn't wake up. How are you? You're level 25 apparently. Gifter. How's it going?
Good, sir. Sir, I'm going to ask you this question. I'm here in 2016 to come to this country with the Mexico border.
Okay.
And then I married with a U.S. citizen in 2020. So what can I benefit with that, Minister?
I'm sorry, you said which year you entered? 2016?
In 2016 and 13 June.
2016 and 23rd? 2016 was the marriage?
No, in 2000 I came enter.
2016. Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to work for the marriage part of the parole place, because you have to have 10 years in America.
Yeah, but I've been like 8 years now.
8 years, yeah, that's not going to work. You have to have 10 years.
Okay, sure. Should I wait 2 years more?
It's not up to you. It's the requirement based on what the White House released on their website today. It said as of yesterday, or I guess as of 2 days ago, June 17th, you had to have living here for 10 years. Sorry.
So, but I married in 2020.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that only meets one requirement. So the default then is not the parole for you. For you, that you would need to file a waiver. Hold on. How did you enter America? With a visa or without?
Without visa.
Okay, so yeah, your default now for you is to file a waiver after your petition's approved. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. You're happy to help. All right. All righty. Man. Man, what time is it? Are y'all doing something else? I hope y'all not just listening to me only. Alondra, do you need a bachelor's degree to apply for a green card with the news? Alondra, first of all, this is not for a green card. If you're thinking about category 2, this is for a work visa, but I'm reading between the lines, and I think it's going to be a pathway for residency, okay? But first, they're offering a work visa for a category 2. So the one that's not related to the marriage thing, because not everyone needs to get married. All right. It's 12:51. I am gonna see here. I'm gonna answer. I think I can answer one more person here. Let me see if I can invite one more person at least, because I gotta get some sleep. This one's just too funny. Let me click on your mom. If she's still on, okay. Let's see. If not, let me get it back up. I have an echo. Can y'all hear each other okay? Like y'all on YouTube and Facebook, can y'all hear people on TikTok? I try to put the mics together, and then people on TikTok, can you hear people on YouTube? Oh, I mean, y'all on YouTube are a little shy, but okay, your mom is not on, but that would have been funny. Okay, let me click on Aranya, possibly. Okay, not on anymore. I know some of y'all have questions, and hopefully when people are joining live that Ella Bebe, are you on? That it could be a similar question for yours. Fabi, okay, you're next if this person is not here. No, okay. Fabi, I see you there. Okay. Hello, Fabi.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, I have a question. So I'm currently in the process of doing an advanced parole for, I have DACA and I'm doing the advanced parole for emergency family leave to do the re-entry and have that legal stamp. So now I'm like, I don't know if I should do that still or now wait for this new thing going on.
Have you filed it already?
What was that? I'm sorry?
Have you filed the application, 131?
Yes.
If it ends up getting approved, then great. That's great. Because I'm always trying to consider the time, right? Biden said it wouldn't be available until end of summer, which summer, I mean, when DACA was announced 12 years ago, it was like September. So,
correct.
You already filed it. If you get approved, then great. Then use it. So then you don't have to wait any longer. But for anyone else who has not filed it, then I would have said hold off.
Okay, yeah, because now I got scared because I'm like, I've been waiting this whole time.
Yeah.
And
That's
I haven't
okay.
got approved.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting for the approval letter.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going on. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's great that you have it available, but the thing is with 131 AP through DACA, it's pretty restrictive. It's really restrictive. Yes. So you hopefully get approved, but you might not. And if you don't, then it sounds like you could be eligible for this new thing today. Okay.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Sure. All right, good luck to you. Bye-bye. All righty. Let's see. I think we got Denora Ortiz next. If you're still on. Hi, Denora. What's up?
Hello, John.
How are you?
So I have a family member that is in removal proceedings, individual hearings scheduled for early July, fighting to prove that he entered legally in 2006, not issued an I-94, so he has no proof, only testimonies. He's married to a U.S. citizen, has been in the U.S. for over 10 years. My question is, if it's early July and he has this case open, is it possible to benefit from this new initiative that is proposing?
To clarify, did he enter without a visa?
No, so he actually left the U.S.
to
pick up a renewed visa, and he did enter with a visa, and he had an I-94 that was issued in December. It was still within that 6-month period, but when he came back, it wasn't stamped. So he has no evidence that he entered legally.
Oh, okay. One stamp. So ask your friend, I think you said for your friend, to Google search I-94. I mean, it's a long time ago, I think.
Yeah, that was in 2006.
2006. Maybe ask your friend if he has done like a public information request or FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, to see if he has any, like, if the government has some kind of proof by any chance. But how do you know how he entered the last time? Was it like across the border or an airplane?
No, the border, TJ.
Tijuana? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And I'm wondering, because his court is approaching early July.
Oh, his court. Okay.
If this can at all be utilized like this, because it sounds like he would qualify if we are deeming that he came in illegally, even though he's fighting to communicate that he did not, which is the fact.
Yeah, so we've argued something called waived in, and that's literally how we would write it on the application. For any question to ask about last entry. Because it sounds like he knows, or the month and date or year. It's just about how do you prove it. And so if the visa was valid for, let's say, 10 years, then there's an inference that your friend used that visa to return, or at least even if it's not 10 years, but valid during a time when it was issued up until the time that he actually entered, then presumably he entered with authorization, I-94. So yeah, back then it was like a card, but sometimes they just wave people in, it's the old school way, I guess. So obviously your friend's not the only person in this situation, but he has an immigration court date next month.
He does.
First one?
It's up for an individual hearing. We understand that it's the last one.
Oh, okay. Does he have a lawyer?
He does, but he's not doing a whole lot for him, but he's been working with him for a really long time, so we're not really looking around anymore.
Yeah.
Concerned that, it's just a whole lot of information and history. I was just wondering if that doesn't go well, and the determination is no, he entered illegally, there's not enough proof. Could we then explore this other option, given that he is married to a U.S. citizen, has been here for over 10 years?
Yeah, I'm just, it's possible. He has a couple options. I mean, the first one would be, in general, get the court case dismissed. I'm just saying it simply because I don't know that there's other facts here, like crimes, things like that. Like, I don't know why he's got picked up in a situation, but get the case dismissed, court case dismissed. But by doing that, provide proof of the 485, all the other applications, marriage proof, because I'm curious why the case is still ongoing in court. Maybe it's been so long that the last court hearing was like 3 years ago or something, but that's what I would do. I would not wait until the day of the hearing to present this to the judge. So that's the thing. I mean, I know at this point it might be like kind of defeating, but it's kind of like going for surgery. You want a second, third opinion, which you're very nice to ask on behalf of your friend. But yeah, if anyone on the show has like an attorney right now and you're a little hesitant, but you're like more hesitant because you don't want to change because you paid the person already also, you just got to ask them certain questions because you got to go in there confident, right? You ask, what is the game plan, attorney? And if your friend doesn't know exactly, ask questions, got to repeat it, ask questions, rephrase the question if needed. But, that's the thing. Like I've heard some negative stories, so some attorneys don't like to explain. Kind of weird to me, but it sounds like because your friend is still married, right, to that person? Or did I miss that? Okay. So that's why I don't want to say like people who are married to a U.S. citizen is easy, but we like to file the request to the government lawyer, Department of Homeland Security, to join our motion to dismiss. And even if for some reason they don't want to join, then we present it before the court hearing. Because in general, a judge wants to know what the hell you're doing before the court case, before the hearing, I mean. Because, they want to be mentally prepared as well on what to expect. So, I don't know. I would think an attorney would want to be prepared. So it doesn't hurt to ask, hey, what attorney wants a strategy? Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck to your friend. Alrighty. Man, Denora's friend sounds like a lot of people in this situation. I've heard some similar stories, unfortunately. Yeah, very fortunate. I see a question on YouTube. Let's see, Grant Kevin, you said if you had unfair treatment by immigration judge after years of marriage, what can you do? You were married to a citizen, but treated unfairly. Are you saying in a sense that I have an idea what you mean by fairly, but to the extent that your case was denied? Is that what you mean? And wondering if you can appeal or something? But if it's been many years ago, then appeal timing passed. You only have, in general, 30 days. Within 30 days of the removal order to appeal. If it's after that time period, you do have one shot. We call it motion to reopen, sua sponte. But you got to make sure that one shot, you got all that evidence ready to go. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can invite one more person. Then I got to hit the sack. Y'all have been so patient. I think the next person, Tina, if you're on. Looks like she's not on. She passed out. Okay. I'm about to pass out myself. Okay. Reasonable. Jennifer Cazares. That's interesting, though, because I would think if you're not on the live anymore, that it would remove your name from the list. So that's interesting. Maybe it's an internet thing. Okay, let me disconnect then. Mariamo, level 24 gifter. Here I am trying to invite y'all, and this thing is. All right, let's see if Miss Numble. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going? I can hear you.
It's going.
Good.
It's going.
It's going. Okay, well, how can I help you?
So I have a question.
Sure, go for it.
Pardon me, like my to speak because I hear myself after.
Oh, you hear yourself? So the echo or something?
And echo. Okay, so I have a question. If the person came in on a J1 and then overstayed,
yes.
Later then married a US. Will they have a problem? New
Well, they have could they use parole? You said enter with J1 visa?
So they entered with the J1.
Uh-huh.
And they overstayed that visa because the J1 only allowed to stay for 2 years.
Yeah.
So they stayed more than 2 years.
Yeah.
And later they got married 2 years later. So now they want to apply for
Is this your friend or someone you know, I guess?
let's just say somebody.
Yeah. So that's somebody you know. Does that person have a 2-year restriction on their passport? 212E stamp?
On that passport, because I'm South African, so for South Africans it says 2-year rule does not apply.
Okay, great.
So I believe it's the same.
Okay, that's usually my first question when someone mentions J1. So because that is the most recent entry, right? No, that friend never left America, right? Overstayed. So
Yeah.
so that person does not need a parole, this new program.
Okay. So it won't be a problem because they only got married yesterday.
Oh,
And
nice.
she's been here for 3 years. They signed yesterday.
Yeah. That's okay. But I mean, this is a quote unquote standard marriage case that enter with a visa, overstayed, and you don't need the parole. People who enter with a visa, the most recent entry, don't need this parole program.
Okay.
Hopefully it helps your friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks for the follow. Take care. Alrighty. All right, let's see. Tina on and not, maybe? Oh, hey, Tina. What's up?
Hey.
How's it going?
Okay, so my girlfriend is here in the United States. We were looking to see, like, we can go ahead and get married, but she's here on a tourist visa. Do we have to wait 90 days to get married? Or can we go ahead and get married?
When did she come in?
She's already here.
I know, but when did she enter? Like last week?
May 27th.
May 27th. We've had clients get married like around that time frame, but I mean we don't require a class to follow the 90-day rule, or that's not really a rule per se, but it's really to be able to, if you had an interview, that to be able to confidently tell the immigration officer that my now partner, spouse entered America originally with a non-immigrant intent to just visit only. So not saying you can't get married right now, but how soon are you looking to file everything?
Next month.
Next month? Okay.
Yeah. So if this happens, and if we go ahead and get married, will it cause issues whenever I like to change tourist visa to a spousal visa?
So you don't actually, when you're not the only one to ask that. But because we do have a change of status application, but interestingly enough, you don't have to file that with a marriage case. Okay. So the one that's a change of status application is a 539 form. You don't have to use that for marriage case.
So after we get married, what happened?
After you get married, then you could gather all your evidence and then you file
We filed
for the residency.
for the resident. So we don't have to wait for 90 days.
You don't have to wait 90 days. But if you want the best case scenario, and that would be to get the interview waived. Look, if when people have interviews, it's not a bad thing. We represent clients at the interviews, but if you just want to, less stress, I guess, then you want to get the medical exam. I think, is it your partner who's the immigrant?
Yes.
Okay, so your partner needs to get the medical exam, and you can't just go to any doctor. You have to get one, like, for our clients, we just kind of gather the nearest 5 or 10 in the zip code. For you as a U.S. citizen, you don't have to get the medical exam. But did your partner have the COVID-19 vaccine?
Yes.
Okay, that saves a step. That's good. So you provide that medical exam results. Usually it takes like a week. You provide those results in a sealed envelope. Do not open it. If you want results, of course, just get just get an extra copy from the clinic, and then file all the forms and evidence with that same package with the medical results. Okay. Because what people are not suffering, but have a delay in the case is when they get a request for evidence letter that's asking for medical, and that hypothetically could have been filed with the whole thing. So that's what I recommend, as smooth as possible process.
Okay.
Okay. You'll probably have more questions, so no worries. Just join a live next time. Okay.
Awesome.
All righty. Thanks, Tina. Take care. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All righty. Jim, what you talking about? She needs to get away from TV, PC, and talking phone only. Maybe you're referring to someone else. I don't know. Hey, John. What's up? Test bond, I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, I'm gonna invite one more person. Then I do need to go to sleep. It's just an exciting time today, or I guess yesterday. JV, are you still on? Because I recognize you. You were waiting for a while. If you're still on. Hello, JV.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Yes, I was calling for my sister-in-law. She had 3 cases filed in December of 2019. She had a 485, a 360, and a 601.
Okay.
And then January of 2023, she got her Wawa approved. Then about 6 months later, she had her AOS I-45 interview in Los Angeles. And we haven't heard anything. And her lawyer asked her to submit a senator inquiry. And the first one we got back that they submitted an RFE the same day of the interview that she had in LA. And this attorney asked for another senator inquiry from another senator and came back and said that they were unable to determine that the RFE was not issued. They were unable to confirm. That's exactly what it said in the email.
Okay.
So she doesn't know what to do next, if she should just wait to make a decision, because that's what it said in the email, that due to her case, it's just pending longer than other cases. So I don't know. I heard I've been following you a lot on your mandamus suits. I'm just trying to help her out.
Yeah, that's very nice of you.
Or is this PIP by the new program better? I mean. She does have a complicated case, I could tell you that, but we're at the end and we just don't know what to do. You know, should we do the mandamus, her attorney?
Can I ask a couple questions to clarify?
She's here listening too.
Okay, cool.
She may not answer, but I'll answer.
That's all good. That's all good. Did you so you said is she still married?
Yes, she's still married,
Okay.
but she hasn't got divorced because she's waiting for. She wants her green, you know, her 45, and she wants to leave. That she's going to be okay. If that makes sense.
Sure. Did you also mention another application called Vawa? Did I hear that?
So she filed, and back in December of 2019, she filed a 485, a 360, and a 601, a waiver, because she does have grounds of invisibility. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the only thing we have a word on, I guess, is the Wawa, because it got approved, and the 485. Again, we're just.
So,
weird, you know?
has the I-360 been approved?
Yes, that got approved in July of 2023 last year.
Okay, so at least that's cleared out. Okay, and now.
I apologize. July of 22.
Okay.
And then 6 months later, she had her 485 interview in Los Angeles with her lawyer.
Okay. Okay.
And once her interview was completed, all documentation and information were given at the interview. The officer there told, okay, in 2 weeks, we'll let you know. Obviously, we let a year pass by, and that's when her attorney says, hey, I want you to submit.
Yeah.
Senator inquiry, and they got back to us saying, oh, that officer generated an RFE, but we never got it. No one got it. The attorney or herself didn't get it. So this attorney didn't inquire on that. He said, you know what, let's submit another inquiry just to make sure.
Yeah. Well, at the interview, was the 601 application already filed before then?
Yes, all 3 forms were filed December of 2019.
Okay, and then did the officer know that there was a 601 application on file?
Do you remember? She doesn't remember.
Because the 485 application for residency cannot be approved, or really, practically speaking, any decision be issued until the 601 application has been decided upon. So that's the strange thing, right? It's all the same agency, but maybe the officer didn't know about the 601, or maybe they know about it now, but then the 601 is stuck. So if we were to file a lawsuit on anything, it probably would be the 601. But I would need my team to look closer at your 601 to see if it was filed properly. Because maybe that's where the complication is about the hardship. Okay.
I understand.
So I know you've been waiting a long time, 2019, but maybe.
He's been waiting a long time, yes.
Yeah. Maybe that would clear up. That it's like just trying to find out where the problem is. Sometimes it's not necessarily the delay itself. It could be what happened a long time ago. And I'm not trying to say that your attorney did a bad thing. It's just that this is what we do before we file a lawsuit, just like a preliminary review. So that because if you file a lawsuit, we don't want a situation where the U.S. attorney's like, well, USCIS told me there was a little problem here. And, we don't want you to waste your money if we can prevent it possibly.
So what do you recommend, John? I mean, what strategy would you recommend them for?
Yeah, I mean, if you want just a second opinion, some attorneys are like, they get a little touchy if it's sensitive when you get a second opinion. But think about, like surgery, right? Go for surgery. You want a second opinion. I do before they put the knife in me. So similar for like immigration. We're happy to take a look to verify because there's a live show, other people are listening. Maybe you don't want to share exactly what the issue concern is for the ground of inadmissibility. So you can talk to my team about that. So
I could argue it's because there are multiple entries. She does have 3 entries. That's why the lawyer wanted the 601.
3 entries? Are all of them without a visa?
Correct.
They're all waived through.
All the 3 times she went through was
Waived-
waived in
waived,
through a
okay.
card to TJ.
Tijuana, okay. But even wave through, you have an issue of potentially a 3 or 10-year bar. Did your lawyer tell you about possibly that?
Yes, that's why he recommended we have to do the waiver. She told her we have to do the waiver because once it gets approved, the waiver, then it's easier to get your 485. That's I remember from their consultation when they went.
So the 485. I'm sorry, the 601, or did she file the 601A?
It's 601.
Do you know why the attorney's? Sorry, it's very late right now for me. Do you know why your attorney suggested the 601 versus the 601A?
She doesn't know. That's the one he recommended because I guess she's falls under the being banned. So I think you meant that one would work better, I guess.
Okay, let me write down this question. Maybe everything was done correctly, but it was a long delay since 2019. Again, we just like to verify that. If you don't mind, when you complete, if you want a second opinion from us, well, clearly do. You're on the TikTok late night TikTok. If you go to option 2, this is the kind of scenario like it would be a traditional consultation fee, a 3, starting with the number 1. It would be more that option on my link below my picture.
I actually did that about a week ago.
Oh.
He doesn't know, but yes, I did it a week ago, and I brought it up to her a couple of days ago. But yes, I spoke to one of your. I can't remember her name. Was Olivia? Maybe I can't remember. It was a female.
Maybe Aurelie. Aurelie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll set you. I'll ask.
She did follow up with the email, but I talked to my sister-in-law over here, and she's just uncertain if she should go with another lawyer. You know what I mean? She I don't know. She's just kind of stuck. She doesn't know what to do.
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta get a second opinion. It's like.
Let me see if I can. The great thing about my system is should be able to pull it up. Well, I don't want you to reveal your sister-in-law's name right now. But if you send a DM, I can take a look tomorrow when I wake up, and then I'll take a look and see if I can make any recommendations so that I can see if did she upload any documents about the 601? Okay.
Kind of went behind her back just to get a second opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of you.
I'm watching you a lot and these lawsuits. I'm like, dude, you have to do this. Like, you're at this point where they're taking too long.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything about her 601. On the website, it still says that it was filed December of 2019.
Yeah,
so
they don't.
It's outdated. Even her 485, it still says her fingerprints still applied to your case back in 21 of October. I'm like, it's.
Yeah, so send me a DM on TikTok, okay? Then I can remember if you put your sister's name, I'm assuming, on my form, maybe.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. If you put your sister's name on my form a week ago, then yeah, DM me her name, and then I'll take a look in the morning, okay?
Okay, just one last question. I mean, if this doesn't go her route, is this new Biden plan another option for her, do you think, or no? With what I've told you, she's married for 10 years. Over 10 years. She's been in the States over 10 years. So, is this option B just in case? That's what I wanted to ask for her as well. Oh,
okay. Well, that would probably be problematic in a way because if when she filed for Vawa,
yes,
and based on this guy. So, even though, Vawa does not require divorce, which is kind of surprising, but, I would anticipate that'd be problematic, like a future interview. I'm anticipating the government officer would say, okay, why did you file VAWA and now you file this for this parole and, refile this 485 application, all that. And then, unless you can confidently say, oh, everything's good now. It's been a couple of years, we worked it out. That's my thinking. It could be that one question at the very end that could throw everything off, Otherwise, category 2, does she have a degree from America? No.
I mean, she has an associate's degree. That's about it.
Yeah.
2-year college degree.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the White House document online said degree from a U.S. institution, so I'm hoping it also could include associates. I don't know, though. It's still too early to say. Okay.
Well, I'll definitely send you a message. And,
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see. I think the crux of it right now is the 601, I'm thinking, but I could be way off. Like, it's really late. So, but if everything's fine in that regard, then yeah, default, file a mandamus lawsuit. Then you don't have to worry about all these option B and C. All
I
right.
will definitely do that, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate you taking the time.
One more thing to help you out.
Yes.
Generally, Vawa case with 45, 3 years. So it's already past that time. That would have been 2022, around that time for your sister-in-law.
Yeah, that's when she got it approved. It was July of 2022.
Right. And did she file the 485 at the same time as the I-360?
All 3 cases at the same time.
Yeah. Then it should have been all approved at the same time.
Okay.
Hypothetically. All righty. Okay. Thanks,
Thank you
JB.
so much. I appreciate
Look
it.
forward to it. Have a good night.
You too.
Man, we are just getting through some conundrums here. Man, that's the first time I said that word in a long time. But seriously, I know there's a couple people have been waiting a long time. Let me see if I can answer their question real quick. Let's hop in. If you're still on, binge. If you're on, if it takes a couple seconds to like cycle through, I think that means a person's not on a live show anymore, which makes sense. I be very surprised if you're still on. Appreciate the love though. Is Lupita still on? Let's see. Looks like Lupita's not on. Chewy thoughts. Zaragoza Leslie. I think it'll be in effect end of summer, based on what he said, or by September. DGO. All right, there you go. Your mom. I tried to call you earlier. Your mom. Hey, what's up, DGO?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How can I help you, sir?
I got a question. With me, I've been trying to get my spouse, with her green card. She's been here all her life, never been deported. Finished high school, finished a semester in college. We got married when I was in the military. I'm medically retired right now. And so the only thing that held me back doing the application is I was told my taxes needed to be basically up to date. And that's kind of where a problem is with me, because I own a business too. And I'm behind like 3 years handling my taxes. So I don't know if that's something correct that I'm hearing from this lawyer, or if there's like a loophole, or if there's like a different route we could go with this. And she's, she went through the DACA prior, I think back in 2015, and that expired. But she's also in my DEERS right now with the military. So she has a military ID that's active. So I'm just trying to see like if I'm like ahead of the game with this and it's not too much stuff I need to do, or if you have something else.
Yeah, I think I can point you in the right direction. Well, first, thank you for your service. Which branch did you serve in?
Also the Army.
Okay. In terms of the financial sponsorship part, in terms of the forms, yeah, and also congrats on being a business owner. That's not easy. What's it called? It tends to be with business owners. y'all tend to have like a K9, K1 form, or some people do it like a subcontractor, so more like 1099. But if the best way to have least amount of problems from USCIS is if there's a way you can budget, like create a budget and see if there's a way you can pay yourself like with a W-2, even if it's just right at the minimum in that sense. And then at the end, not trying to give you tax advice per se, but then you just, other than the bare minimum, then you give yourself like a distribution. So
Well, I receive because I'm medically retired, so I get paid $4,100 a month. So that's tax free. So I don't have to do any taxes on that. So can I use that as an income instead of my business? Is that a possibility?
First let me pull up the 864P for you. This is and to answer your question, any income coming in, regardless of the source, it counts as income essentially. But let's see at the minimum, the poverty guidelines, they call it, this chart. Have you looked at this before?
Not detailed.
That's okay.
I kind of gave up, not give up completely, but it's like a roller coaster with this deal. And I just kind of,
I got you.
Focused on my taxes stuff, but I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I get different answers.
Sure. Well, okay, so you started the military. Well, that's the middle chart here for 100% poverty guidelines is for active duty, actually. But otherwise, the 125% of guidelines, how many people in your household? Dependents? Three, including you and your wife, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 3. Then it's the level is 32,275. Okay. So you could be right at that level or $1 above, So and not that you asked this, but for anyone else watching and listening, this sponsorship part doesn't mean that you have to put money in your spouse's account. It's just like showing on paper to USCIS. USCIS, even though they're supposed to accept all the other tax forms, they just get a little confused. So unfortunately, there are issues like RFE, whatnot. So I guess mindset wise, after we walk through a little bit here, it's more likely you just need to file it. Okay. And you said you got the DD 214, right? The ID.
Discharge.
You file the military parole in place for. Did she enter with a visa? I may have missed that part.
So we started, I think back in 15, and she got approved on the military parole. But then we had that standstill with the whole taxes deal, and then that's kind of where I backed out. And so I think that's expired.
It's typically only valid for a year.
Yeah.
So I would file that again, because preferably you have that approved first. Right now, the current process is that you file to your local field office, USCIS. Then, after that's approved, hopefully you already have everything else ready to go. Because the parole in place right now, military, that it's just kind of a slow process right now. It can take up to a year, just that one step. So, but household size of 30 currently, and this updates a little bit every year, it increases, but 32,275. How much is your annual from
with
the government?
VA,
VA.
With the VA, I'm at 100%, so I get paid, to be exact, $4,098 a month. So that's
okay.
what, like
48-ish,
48, 50 around there.
Okay.
So that, I guess, passes the 32 where you're talking about for a household of 3, correct?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the instructions for the A64. You should be in a good spot. Okay, there's a VA. When you say VA, do you mean Veteran Affairs? Is that where it's coming from?
Yeah, because I'm medically retired with them, so I've been receiving compensation since 2015. But it just recently increased this year to 100%, which is the 4,100.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I was just looking at the instructions real quick. I mean, the main thing that I have here right now, we have books and stuff, right? But this instruction page says, one section says, you as a sponsor may not rely on a household. Okay, no, let's skip that one. Okay. Page 7 on instructions at the very bottom, current individual annual income, and they define it as individual earned or retirement annual income that you are using to meet the requirements. Sorry, there's a little more on page 8. You may include evidence supporting a claim about expected income for the current year if you believe that submitting blah, 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 blah. Yeah, even includes here, like if your claimed income includes alimony, child support, dividend, or interest income, that counts. So yeah, and they mentioned retirement, so you're good to go on that.
So you think I could just utilize my retirement money instead of my company money, the one that I'm behind on taxes with?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would still provide proof of your business income, because the good thing is that the only time, from my recollection at this hour, late hour, that they have any concern about back taxes is when you're applying to become a citizen. So that's not at play right now.
Okay.
And it's not for you. You're already a citizen, so yeah.
And I'm working on it too right now with the taxes. I've already started on the right path. I'm barely 4 years with my business, so I'm like new to with all I guess taxes. I guess I was more focused on making the money instead of.
I know, yeah. I just got a new CPA this year myself, so you're getting the right professionals in place. It helps peace of mind for sure.
So you think with our situation, I mean, she has no, like I said, no priors, clean background, never been arrested, no tickets, never been deported, been in school, finished. Our daughter's a citizen. She was born here. I think everything's checked off, but I don't know. It's that whole tax thing that kind of like set me back. But if my, like you were saying, my retirement is able to work, then I'm just waiting for, for the right lawyer, to jump on and, push through. So I guess we're at the right.
Well, here you are. I'm sure TikTok fed you my live show. So think about it. No problem though. Take your time. But you know what to do, DGO. Just hit the plus sign so you get the notifications, okay, boss? But yeah, I mean, it's like, medical surgery, you want to get a second, third opinion sometimes and just kind of resume the process. So, alrighty. You're in the military. It's a lot about mindset, right? So just got to reset the mindset and just move forward. Okay. All right,
Well,
DGO.
I'll definitely send y'all a DM or reach out to y'all's page and then
happy to help. Happy to help. I mean, you're a professional stuff. You got your own business. It sounds like you tried this on your own with your wife, but you started a business mid 4 years in. I mean, got things to do, So it depends how much you value your time as well, and just get this going for your wife, your spouse.
Yes, sir.
All righty. All right. Have a good night, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. All righty. Chewy. I think Chewy has been on waiting. Let's see. I can probably see if I can get. Okay, Chewy, are you on? Maybe. Lazeth, your question is Zaragoza, you're waiting? Okay, you're up next then. Chewy, you're muted, so I don't. Yes, Chewy, what's up? I think Chewy's talking.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
I had two, but somebody asked one earlier and that answered that one.
Cool.
If my wife, who's a U.S. citizen, is going to petition for me, but she's a stay-at-home mom, I'm the only one working. I have DACA. If she's a petitioner, could we use my income for the income, or
Yes.
she has to be working?
She doesn't have to be working. She can stay at home, take care of the house, which is a full-time job. But yeah, in terms of you have DACA, you have valid work permit, so you can use your income. You're good to go.
100% agree.
Yeah, you're good to go. You can file. Okay, you can use your income because you have a valid work
Okay, that's
permit.
all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, good luck,
for your
Chewy.
time.
Absolutely. All right. We got Zaragoza. Okay. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, hi. Yes, I have a question. So my husband, I'm a U.S. citizen, but we're in the process of filing the 601A. But my question is it, well, with the Joe Biden's new executive order, do you think it's still good to file the 61A or just wait for the new law to come in?
Well, let's verify. Since you're on right now, you're married, right? Is this
Correct.
for your husband, you said?
Yes.
How long has it been in America?
Oh, his whole life. He's been here
Yeah.
like since he
Yeah.
was like four years old.
Yeah. So yeah, I would wait. I mean, 601A, it's possible, right? It exists. President Obama created it, but that takes 3 to 4 years. So timing is everything, right? You don't want most people don't want to wait that long. So I would wait for this parole option to be available whenever we share the information with y'all. But in the meantime, for a shortcut, hot tip for everyone else been listening, still on. Oh my God, been on for 3 hours. Crazy. But damn, it's crazy, right? Oh man, what was I gonna say? The hot tip here is go ahead in the meantime, gather the evidence of the last 10 years of residence in America. It could be so many different things, medical records. I mean, that's pretty sensitive info, right? But other stuff.
Yeah. But the question is here, so, because before all of this, like 2 months ago, because he has he has had a hard case, so the lawyers we're working with are really good and everything. So we already paid for the 601A, but they haven't started to work on it. If, let's say, if we don't want to continue it, there's no refund, right? Or can they hold that money for the new order?
Depends what your
Because they haven't officially worked on it. They just send it us so we could pay.
Yeah.
Literally, we haven't heard anything. But now that with all this new law coming, I was like, is it really worth doing the process now, or we could just wait, which will be a lot faster, like you said. Instead of waiting 3 to 4 years, it's gonna be, I think I heard, less than a year.
It's hard to say. Marriage cases in general, without this parole thing, about 5 months. We just got one approved in 3 months. But this parole thing, the current way of the parole, military parole in place, it's not a good setup. It's not a good process. Just that parole, the 131 form for the first step, it takes a year just for that by itself. So it's so hopefully USCIS will find a way to make it faster, a different pathway internally. But yeah, hopefully 1 year. Definitely less than the waiver.
So is this the new order? Is it gonna be a different petition, or is it the same thing as the I-130?
I anticipate to be the same I-130 and the 485. It's just about my question. My thought is is it going to be the 131? Because that's what we currently use for the military parole place.
Oh, okay. Because I already petitioned for him for the I-130.
Right.
But now they told me to do the 61A, which we haven't started. But now with all this thing, I was thinking,
yeah. I mean, to answer your earlier question about being able to get the refund, it might be possible since they didn't start working on it yet. And, I'm not here to say oh, you should switch lawyers or anything, but it's more about if they're flexible to like apply, at least apply what you paid towards this parole. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that's what
mean,
we're hoping.
but yeah, don't I mean, read the contract. I mean, hopefully lot more law firms are being more specific in the contract. I mean, no one can predict the future of parole, of course. This is something we've been waiting for a long time. But hopefully they can be flexible for you. Basically,
Okay.
like either option. Certainly not both. It's just either option.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. Have a good night. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Alrighty. We got Abu, I think, is the next person. Hey, Abu. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. My question is, I have a friend who came in through the border as an asylum seeker, and he got married to someone in the military, and wanted to inquire about filing for I-485. Is that possible, and what process does a person have to go through?
It's possibly possible through the parole, but when did your friend enter America?
About a year and a half ago.
Oh, no, that's not going to work for your friend. Sorry. Not for the marriage case in terms of parole. Your friend can still do the marriage case, but then have to file a waiver, 601A, eventually, because your friend needs the 10 years in America.
Would they have to file a 601A?
Yes, that's part of the process for your friend.
So 601A and 485?
Not the 485 for your friend, because your friend is not eligible currently for adjustment of status. Your friend would have to default to consular processing, is what we call it. That means the interview outside America. And because your friend is seeking asylum of their country, of nationality, then you cannot have the interview in that same country. Have to pick a different country that he or she can get a visa to. So it's a pretty complicated situation. But at the very least, if you can take anything out of this conversation, do not let your friend file the 485, because otherwise you're going to waste about $2,000 at least.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So we just have to do the 601A first.
Petition first. Petition has to be approved first.
For that, okay.
And then after that, you file the waiver.
They already petitioned and got employment authorization card.
Oh.
They have that. They are working with that.
The EAD is through the asylum case?
Yes.
Okay.
I give them 5 years EAD.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you're on track. You're just waiting for the petition to be approved. It's expected to take 12 months for your situation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, stay online. Okay. Follow, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
I've followed you long time.
Oh, appreciate it, boss. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right. I can let one more person in, maybe two. Let me go to Sadiq. Sadiq, what's going on, sir? Thank you so much for all your gifts.
Hi, Bruno. How are you?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. What about you?
Good, thank you. Is your I think your situation, you have a visa refused? Is that still happening?
No. I got a visa. I came, alhamdulillah. Now in the USA.
Yay! Wonderful.
Yeah, I was in the administrative process. I told you long time. I think you forget that. But I follow you when you start the TikTok.
Oh, so it's more than a year ago. More than a year ago. Yeah.
How are you? Good.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for following.
I want to know that my wife applied to asylum because he can B1, B2. Our visa come here. So he applied as asylum, but he also showed me the spouse and also my petition. So I told about that. How long it's take time to come interview?
For the your spouse is still waiting outside?
No, spouse is with here. Everybody is here.
Who's waiting for interview then?
No, I say how long take the asylum interview?
Oh,
and,
asylum?
The biometric, because I apply almost 1 month or some days. So it's take time to biometric.
Usually after filing, it take about at least 2 to 3 months. But you said for your wife, she filed asylum?
Yeah, she put the asylum because
Okay.
he's from other nationality, and I'm other nationality.
Okay. Well, have you? Yeah, I mean, and even then, she filed within 1 year, right? Within her entry date.
Yeah, entry date he's coming in December.
Okay. So, and does she have a court date? Immigration court?
Yeah. He we apply for in May, but still the biometric and letter is didn't come, and he have 6 months, entry. The visa is 5 years.
Yeah.
The entry is 6 months, so I can.
Okay.
What you saying this?
Well, sounds like your only question so far is just when to get the biometrics notice. It's usually like 2 to 3 months after filing to USCIS. So hopefully it was filed properly to the correct address.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an asylum attorney?
Yeah, he have put one of the asylum is New York. Where you live in, sir? Where is your office?
Houston, Texas.
In Texas. So I'm in New York City.
Oh, okay. How do you like New York?
So it's take 2 months to come biometric or later.
Yeah, because it's usually fingerprint. I mean, New York could be different, but I mean, not too much longer in general.
Yeah, 2 months or like 6 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe more like 8 weeks minimum.
Okay, but the entry time. So I should be entry time. It's June 14. So he no need to exit, right?
Exit for where? USA?
Anywhere. She don't want to exit, right? And don't want to renew the entry because in 14 of June they have the I-94, the entry date.
Okay.
When you entry, so I-94 is the expired date is June 14. 24, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, she filed for asylum, so she doesn't have to rely on that. So
she applies. So this is not problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you file for asylum, then you're gonna overstay your visa. So, but eventually, if the asylum interview doesn't work, then, or if it gets denied for any reason, then you're gonna file for her, right? You can sponsor her. Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
We apply for the asylum.
Okay.
But the problem, the wife apply for me and the kids also. So I can go outside and entry again. So I have also this problem, or I should be stay here.
You talking about for yourself now?
Yeah. I'm talking about myself.
But you have the immigrant visa, right? Or you have the visitor visa?
Business visa, B1, B2, same.
Okay. But yeah, you're from a different country than your wife. Okay.
Yeah. She's the main petitioner. I'm because I'm the husband, so he applied for me also. So I can go out and entry get any problem for that. And
in general, as long as you have a valid visa, then you can come and go in general. But we don't handle visitor visas, so I don't have that much information in terms of tips. But I can say one thing, like if you're in America for quite a long time, I mean, let's say like 1 month, and then you go to Canada for 3 days and you come right back to America, the customs officer will likely ask you, what are you doing back in America? There's nothing wrong to ask. It's not a bad question, actually. You just have to be ready for the question. Like, literally, what are you doing in America? Are you visiting? You said business visa. Are you visiting a business? Like what kind of business do you have a business in your country? It's pretty legitimate question. I think a lot of y'all have to be ready for it. But you know what I mean?
I can.
So I'm sure you have an answer you can give.
I can the question I can get good the answer, but it's any problem for me that so I can get in and out.
I don't know. I can't answer that for you.
Oh.
I don't know your situation. I don't know why you're concerned in general. As long as your visa is valid, then sure, you can come and go.
Yeah, my visa is valid because the main petitioner she the apply asylum. But
Yeah.
the sponsor he also an application for me. He also put my application in the case.
Yeah.
In the same case.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I'm asking to you if you have any about this knowledge. I can go.
I don't. But you both are from a different country anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't think it should be an issue. But I haven't known someone to have an issue about that. But that doesn't mean you won't have an issue in the future. But I don't anticipate you having a problem in general, based on what you said, you shared.
Yeah, no problem. If you confirm also, you let me know because I already followed you.
Oh, okay, thanks. I likely won't have that situation because we don't accept visitor visa cases anyway. But yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
And the biometric is coming to 2 months, like
Minimum 2 months.
minimum 2 months.
It could take longer, yeah.
If the 24 date is expired, so it's not coming to the status illegal there. Any problem for this?
I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to answer like hypothetical questions like that because I can't predict the future in that sense.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry,
Anyway,
Sadiq.
I also text to you in the message.
Okay.
You can read and you get if you're free in morning, you can ask and.
Okay.
Know that.
All right, Sadiq. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I know some of y'all are asking some questions. Lazeth, you asked me. Biro, I'm gonna call you on you soon. Pack, I'm calling you soon, but I can't accept any more live show or joining the show anymore. Kath, how do you request a join? I honestly don't know. I don't know how y'all request join the show on TikTok. I mean, I just see it on the bottom here. But Lazeth, maybe it's better that you just join if you don't mind, because I can't find where your question's at. I remember you asking a question. But how about this? Okay, can we pick up the pace a little faster though? Because hey, good night, Jada, Pinky. If it's possible to make it a little quicker, because the quicker it is, then I get more people I can answer, and then I can go to sleep. Okay, Barrow. Hey, Barrow, what's up?
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is that we started the petition for to get my husband's paper last year.
Okay.
We still waiting for the petition. They told us that it was going to be ready for weeks. It has passed up for weeks already. And when I check the portal, it says that it's taking longer than usual. So now with this new Biden law, just wondering if he will benefit into getting that, or it would be the same thing as my lawyer is requesting. I don't really.
What do you have? What do you have process pending right now? Which application?
That petition only.
Petition only. Okay.
Yes.
And this is for you or your spouse?
My husband.
Okay, his husband. He's been living here for 10 years?
Yes, 18 years, no criminal records, and
all right, nice.
Everything is
squeaky clean. Okay, that's cool. All right, so and he entered America without a visa, right?
Just a question on that. When we first started our situation, we went to the first lawyer, and he ran his fingerprints because he got caught in the border, and they got his fingerprints. They did appear, and the first lawyer told us that he was not recommending us to proceed. So he told us that we didn't have a case, so we went for a second opinion, and that's when we were told that we could actually try it, the only thing that he told us that it will be in like a week side, because we've been married for 4 years. We don't have any children at the moment. And he said income side is good, no criminal records on both parts.
Yeah.
He did tell us that most likely he was going to be asked to leave, and because I could maintain myself to the income that I was making by myself. But in this situation, I don't know if we qualify to the Biden new law, or is that something that he's may about us, or because we start something we cannot join this law?
From what, if it's similar to the military parole in place that currently exists, our preferred way is to file the parole in place first, the 131, because that part takes a long time. So, but that doesn't mean you can't do, at least as far as I understand, if it's going to be something similar, that I understand that you can file the I-130 first, and it's okay. The petition, sounds like that's what you have pending right now, the petition, right?
I wouldn't be, I'll be honest with you, I don't know exactly the names of the words, but I just know that we filed for a petition. We're waiting for the answer.
Okay.
And then we were going to proceed with forgiveness. I don't know what.
Oh, okay. Sounds like you have the I-130 filed right now. That's the petition, and you're just waiting on that. Okay. So yeah, that sounds appropriate. So even if timing wise, once this announcement was yesterday of this, right? But then once it's like can start and file an application, you know, it depends. Like maybe your petition will be approved by then in 2 or 3 months from now, or it's still pending. You can still request this parole for married. Okay, that's my understanding. Okay, so it's not a bad thing that you already filed the petition.
Okay.
All
so
right.
I just wonder if we can proceed with that, or just proceed with whatever we have pending. But thank you so much for that.
Sure.
That answer.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Did lose. Lizeth. That's right. All right, Lizeth. Let's get you on. And now Lizeth is missing. Damn. So close. All right, Pack. Lizeth got tired of waiting. I'm sorry. All right, Pack. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Actually, my question was that I'm a green card holder, and I submitted an I-131 travel document form on January of this year, and I have my professional school starting in August, and I still don't have my travel document, and I also requested an expedite as well during the time of April, but it got denied. So my question was, how can I get it on time before my school starts? Because I really have an emergency, and like my school is starting soon. So what should I do with that?
What is your main application that you filed?
It was an I-131 refugee travel document.
Oh, right, a travel document. Okay. When did you file that though? Because that takes a while. Like I think 5 months.
So I filed it on January and also received my biometrics done as well during the week of January, like the first few days of January.
And what's your basis? Are you a refugee, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, so I'm a Asylum applicant, but now I have my green card with me.
Oh, you have a green card now. You have a green card now? And then, but if you have a green card, why are you filing, like you have the green card, it's approved already?
Yes.
Then why you, maybe I'm not understanding correctly, why you file the 131 for re-entry permit?
Because I don't have a passport with me or anything, so because I thought that if I need to travel outside of the U.S., don't I need a travel document with me?
No, the re-entry permit, this form I-131 is used for many different reasons. So once you have resident card, we would only recommend someone to file the 131 if you're asking specifically for re-entry permit. You don't need it. And that's the purpose is not to travel. That purpose for that is to show custom officer that if you're going to be outside USA for more than 6 months, that you did not abandon your resident status. So it sounds like the reason for why you filed the 131 is not required to file this application.
Okay, so with my green card, I can travel outside the country, and I don't need any passport or anything with me of any kind.
You still need a passport. I can't answer that question for you. That's for travel in general. That's not an immigration question for the United States. You should check the TSA website for U.S. requirements in that sense.
Okay, so travel document is not needed for, like as you said, to travel outside the country?
Travel document is not going to replace the need for a passport. It's two different situations.
Okay, so do you know what type of document will be good for me?
I'm not sure. Are you stateless? Is that why you're wondering?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Do you have a country of nationality?
Yes, I'm in the U.S. right now. As I said, I'm a asylee applicant as well. So I got approved my asylum and I have my green card as well. But I don't have any type of passport yet from the U.S. and my asylee passport from the country that I claimed asylum from. It's expired as well. So.
Yeah. Do you think they'll renew it for any chance, like the embassy in America at least?
I filed my application for that, but I don't think they will.
Oh, but you have filed it, right? You've tried?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't, we have some people in the community here commenting as well. I mean, in general, you just need your green card to travel. But in terms of like leaving the United States, I mean, if I'm thinking about like just trying to predict the future in customs officer, every time I've traveled, they ask me for my passport. So I don't know if there's an alternate situation, but I don't have the answer for that. I'm sorry. You just, if anything, check TSA or cbp.gov, at least for coming back to America. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you
so
much, sir.
Good luck to you. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
I think there's one more person, maybe two I can answer. Derek, what's up?
How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. So I had a question over a possible false claim to citizenship. I'm 20 years old. I've been here since I've been 3 months old. And I am undocumented. And when I turned 18, I got my first 3 jobs. And on those first 3 jobs, I didn't know how to fill out an I-9 due to not working until I was 18. So at all 3 jobs, my employers did my I-9 or like my employment applications and all that for me. And I'm almost 100% sure that they had put me down as a U.S. citizen and not as anything else, like a resident or...
Right.
And so I just wanted to know if I plan on getting married in the next 2 or 3 years and I file for like a green card or something like that, will this be something that can affect me, or am I going to be able to file a waiver and claim that I unwillingly did this?
So how it works, thank you so much for being willing to share that information, sir. How it works with this kind of scenario, we would, well, first of all, I think you said that you did not complete that section of those questions, like U.S. citizen or not, like the HR department or someone did it for you, which would be weird, not common, at least situation, maybe not weird, sorry, not common. But if that's the truth, if for some reason the USCIS officer asks you this in the future, then that's what you would tell them. Like, you weren't the one that mentioned it, your status, and they didn't even ask you. They just made assumptions. And you did not fill out the form, the I-9.
Because when I would like, because obviously, you know, when you get a job, they make you fill out all your forms and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I would be truthful to like my managers and tell them, hey, I honestly don't know how to do any of this. Is there any way you could help me out with this? And they would just fill out my I-9. Just, you know, using whatever information that I would give them, but I was never asked about my status. And that was what was put on there for me. And it isn't until my job that I have now that I finally filled out my own I-9. And I didn't claim to be a U.S. citizen on this I-9.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the 485 application. And they have a question. Sorry, hopefully this answers your question. This is on page 15. I mean, you're thinking future, right? But this is on the 485 application. They do have a question. Is it, have you ever falsely claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way? So verbally. It's just a yes or no question. And I would confidently, based on what you shared, I would say no, because you did not actually put it on the form.
Okay.
Someone else did it.
So say like if they brought up my previous I-9s from like the IRS or something, and they told me like, hey, but this is here, we see that this was filled out, would I just say the same thing? Like, no, I didn't file this myself. My managers did them.
Yeah, I will continue saying the same thing because that's the truth.
Yeah.
Of
course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was really my only question. I appreciate your help very much.
Yeah, no problem. We'll be here. All righty.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Derek. Take care. I forgot who asked this question about the refugee document. Lizeth, I see you. I see you. I clicked on you earlier. You must have been out for a second. The thing, okay, someone mentioned, I always appreciate when someone tries to call me out to fact check me. Someone fact check me. I see you, G, on YouTube. I'll get to you soon. Okay. But the 131 for this person who was a refugee before, it says individuals who hold asylee or refugee status and are not lawful permanent resident must have a refugee travel document to return to U.S. So I know it's a little bit confusing how they phrase all this, but because of the sentence before says a refugee travel document is issued to an individual in valid refugee or asylee status, or that's how it's kind of confusing, but now it makes sense in his situation, or to a lawful permanent resident who obtained such status as a refugee or asylee in the U.S. So yes, that person should apply for that. If I remember, he did file it for it, right? Folks. So hopefully you heard my comments just now. Yeah, this application 131 can be used in so many different scenarios. Let me click on Lizeth here on TikTok, and I think she will be the last person there, and then G on YouTube, okay? Then I really gotta go sleep. Was she messing with me? She's not on anymore? Okay, let's go to G. Are you still on?
Yeah, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Yep, I have a question. So I applied for Vawa with USCIS, and my question is, I did hire a lawyer for my defensive asylum case that got admin closed in Los Angeles Immigration Court in 2017, and I wanted to terminate my removal proceeding. So he did send a motion to terminate my removal proceeding, a PD to OPLA Los Angeles. But I'm kind of like, I'm very fearful because my case is still pending for Vawa, and it takes 3 years. It's only been 1 year right now, and I'm just very fearful about election. I feel like Trump going to come back, and it'll be really, really difficult for me to terminate my proceeding. And this is the last chance. What can I do personally? Like, I also created my ICE account. Can I also reach them out in order to like push them, or like Is there anything that I can do to get the response? It's been 2 weeks only, but I'm very like impatient and I'm nervous.
Yeah, don't contact them. I don't recommend that. Yeah, I don't recommend that. Because first of all, you said LA court. So yeah, they first of all, they're all the courts, Department of Homeland Security. I know some Department of Homeland Security attorneys, and they just have a lot of cases, and like they don't have a good workflow. So even if you somehow getting like email through, of course, and then they might be able to click on your email, but they might not reply. They most likely won't reply. So just let it ride for like a month. Did you say you have a lawyer?
I did hire a lawyer, but I'm losing confidence in him. Because I don't know, just not happy with the services.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, customer service is important. We definitely recognize that.
Yes.
I mean, I do. I'm on a live show of 3.5 hours right now.
Exactly. I appreciate it. That's I regret not.
Hold on for now, okay?
Okay.
At least maybe 2 months at least, okay?
2 months. Okay.
Yeah. 2 months.
My question is.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, my question is, my lawyer didn't respond to that question. Maybe that's why I'm like a little irritated with him. In case if OPLA doesn't respond after 2 months or whatever considered amount of time I have to wait, can we reach out to immigration judge straight away and like ask for motion to reclaim or to dismiss the removal proceeding based on pending Wawa?
I mean, that's what we recommend, worst case scenario. But I don't think I would do that at the 2 month mark. Okay, probably.
Okay.
Well, do you know what your attorney provided?
He sent me emails that he sent to that to the OPLA, and he gave all my Wawa packet. That was the information that he sent, all the Wawa packet.
Yeah.
That has all the abuse and also bona fide relationship, whatever that packet included to be eligible for Wawa. He did provide that.
He probably provided more than most attorneys anyway. So I mean, yeah, I think sounds like he did fine on that part. It's just been 2 weeks. Expectation wise from the government, that's why I'm on a live show a lot to share the usually delay expectations. It takes a while. But yeah, if it's been like the easier answer in a sense, like expectation wise for you is like if it's clearly been 6 months and still no response, then it could be worth filing a motion straight to the court. Motion to reopen, and we call it reopen and dismiss. Oh no, I'm sorry, not reopen. And there's your situation, your admin closed, right? So recalendar and dismiss is what we call it.
Got it. Okay, I've a second question about this new program Parole in place.
Mm-hmm.
So I did move out from my abusive spouse, and after 4 or 5 months, I gave it another chance and moved back in. And she withdrew my I-130. She wasn't like helpful in terms of my I-130 and I-601 waiver because I was EWI, entry without inspection. So that was the only route I have. She did withdraw it and didn't help me in that perspective. But after moving back, and several months after, she wanted to help, but I didn't like tell her that I applied for Vawa. But now I think I'm eligible for parole in place as well because it's been 10 years and no crime and everything, like all the list, whatever the requirement is, I'm eligible. So is it a good idea for me to take her help now in terms of parole place, or will that make my Wawa case really weak?
It's the same agency, so I would expect that USCIS would see your other application that's pending. That's against that person, right? The same person. So
same spouse.
I do think that would be problematic. Yeah. So you would just have to consider like pros and cons, I suppose. If you're gonna do this parole marriage option, which first of all, in your situation, definitely wait until reevaluate until more information comes out. Then that could provide you more knowledge base. But if you were to hypothetically go through your spouse in parole, then I would recommend withdrawing your Vawa, which is already a year, right? So I mean, that's it's just pros and cons. Also timing,
Got it. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for advice. I appreciate it.
Take care. All right. Well, hopefully, if y'all have gotten value out of our conversations, I know it's late, but if you can just hit it up with a couple taps and click the plus sign, And then if you're also on YouTube and Facebook, if you subscribe down below, I'm just slurring my words right now. And also, if you had a good experience with me sharing information with you, please go to reviewtinglaw.com. Reviewtinglaw.com. Okay, greatly appreciate it. Let me take one last one. Daisy, because I saw you were in here. So Daisy's gonna be my last one. Just gonna be honest with y'all. So no one's getting angry. What's up, Daisy?
Hi, could you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi. So what if the spouse has an order of deportation? Can we still apply for the parole in place?
You can. There's nothing that says you cannot, but before you apply for that parole part of it, that first step, okay, we would want to evaluate if it could be even possible to reopen your spouse's case from court. So that's the main thing, like essentially the reason why he was even there in the first place.
Yeah, he has no criminal record. This was like he was a minor, and it was a family case, and the lawyer didn't really do a good job, the attorney that helped them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately he has that under his belt. So we've gone through one attorney, and she's just suggested, this is before the parole in place. She said, just don't do anything as of now. This was maybe like 5 years ago.
Okay.
But now, since we heard about this, I was just wondering if that's something that we can go. He has no criminal record, and we check all the boxes,
Yeah.
So,
do you know if how old was he when this happened with the court?
15 or 16. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it could be possible, especially, I mean, this is like the best case scenario in a sense, no crimes, and it's not even, he wasn't even the main person. And do you know if he showed up to court?
Yes, they did. Yeah, him and his entire family did. And he got the order of deportation. So essentially he was a minor, didn't really have control of the situation.
Right. And even if he did have control, he likely wasn't eligible to apply for something at the time. So, I mean, the good thing with President Biden's version of the prosecutorial discretion, it does include to reopen cases that were closed before. So that's a good thing. It's just that each location of the government lawyers, Department of Homeland Security, they don't have the same workflow. So some are slower than others, but it's worth it. If there's any time to try, it's under Biden administration.
Who would it be now? Okay, that was my question. Thank you so much. We are in LA, so it might take a little longer than usual. But just trying to look at our options and see what we can do.
Yeah, and one more tip is that what we do with our law firm is that when we file, even when we ask the government attorney, hey, will you join us in this motion? We have at least a copy of those paperwork, like the marriage certificate, some evidence of marriage, not like a huge PDF, but like the form, some of the forms completed, so they know that that we're serious, that we're taking this seriously.
Yeah, we've been married. Tomorrow's our anniversary, actually, for 14 years. We have 2 kids. He owns a business, paying taxes, doesn't have criminal records.
Okay.
So hoping for the best.
Okay, well, yeah, good luck to you and happy anniversary to both of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure thing. Take care.
Thanks.
All right.
You too. Bye.
Well, that was pretty cool. It's cool that I guess TikTok is kind of like answering calls essentially. Coda, you're welcome. Fiance visa work? Coda, you're gonna have to select the webinar option if you want to know how fiance visas work. Jim, you say Canada entry exit stamp is all centralized? That's good. It appears that America is supposed to be that way with the I-94 website with CBP, but sometimes it's missing information. It's ridiculous. Faith, if you're still on, good morning. Sorry, good morning. It's crazy, right? Your question is, can people who came through Canada border living in America since 14 years old, but married to U.S. citizens since 8 years old with 3 kids qualify? Seems so, because the 2 main requirements is that you're married to a U.S. citizen before 2 days ago, and that you live in America for at least 10 years. And you're saying that you or someone you know has been living for 14 years in America. So in that sense, so far, so good. Okay. But please know, this is just announced yesterday at 1:45 Central Time. So more information will come out. So even if you're not married to anyone, to a U.S. citizen, it's okay. You could be okay. Okay. Stay tuned. We're going to share more information about category number 2 that we talked about. It's a work visa for dreamers. I put in quotations because they haven't defined it yet. All right. So if you are on live right now at this crazy hour, do yourself a favor and is click the plus sign on TikTok so you can follow, but also click on the profile and click on the link. At the very least, you have 3 options. So we try to make it as conducive as possible. If you want our services, option 1. Option 2, if you don't care for our services, but you just want legal answers, that's cool. You just pay the traditional consult fee. And the option 3 is more so like Coda was asking, how does fiance visa work? Or just like, which way is better? Or you don't know, you don't have a sponsor, then pick option 3 for those YouTubers. You're like, what the hell is John doing this? On TikTok, someone said join the team. So thanks for doing that. Yeah, after you click follow on TikTok, you can join the team after that. Whew, that's a lot to say. All right, y'all. I'm about to call it quits. I went live in the last 24 hours, I think 8 hours at minimum total. That's nuts. That's a record. My family's going to be like, yo, you got to go sleep. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Peace.